Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Give everyone some time to get in here so we can have some fun. So today we are going to do another from scratch character, meaning I deleted my character, the last one I made. Deleted him. Making a brand new character. This is going to be an Ogre, Shadow Knight, Mage, and I think my third is going to be Shaman. I think it's Shaman. I'm not sure yet, but the first two, because you only do two for your first 10 levels, is Shadow Knight, Mage. So we're going to try that out. Sorry about that. If you're watching Anavi, Belangako, Ikao, Guapa, love you very much. Can't wait to come to the Philippines and be with you all the time. So it's going to load us up in the tutorial, because that's where you start. Eating some sunflower seeds. This is what the UI always starts out like. Honestly, can't stand it. We're going to go in here and copy one of my other layouts. By the way, that skin it uses is something called stone or whatever. This skin here is a different one. If you look right here, it's called Default Modern. Much better in my opinion. Much better in my opinion. Alright, so we got our Ogre. He's a Shadow Knight and a Mage all at the same time. Let's work on our spells a little bit. Move it around just a little bit. Should be good. I don't know if we have a pet spell starting out or not. I don't think we do. Doesn't look like we do. Oh, got the you always get in Everquest, you always get this little lockup. Always does it. Just for a few seconds. We'll go over here and talk to Doug. He tells us a bunch of stuff. We're like, yeah, that's cool, Doug. That's cool. It's cool. Yeah, And basically he says, go talk to my dad. But on our way over there, we're going to stop in here at the store. Well, that's annoying. It's the first time playing a Ogre in the game. For the love of God, will you talk to her, please? Thank you. I just want to buy one of these. They're free. You'll need that when you talk to his dad. Dad Doug. Old Doug. Can't remember what the old Doug's name actually is, but we'll find out here in a second. You run over here to the cave. He'll be at the top of it. He's standing up there looking down at us, basically. Well, this whole too large to get through anything is going to be annoying. I didn't think about that. Didn't think that through. But when we take Shaman at level 10, well, not exactly at 10. It'll take a few more levels before we'll get Shrink, but eventually we'll get Shrink. Old Doug. He's like, why don't you go get me some supplies? And I'm like, you know what? I just happen to have some supplies on me. It's like, well, you're a great ogre, aren't you? So we'll take those and put those on, and I've already got them down here so I can click them. Boom, we click them and we get us a little bit of a run speed thing. That run speed will go away anytime you get into combat, so just keep that in mind. It's not really like speedy boots, but at any rate. Then we'll come up here and talk to Dead Doug. This is Doug Granddad Doug. And he says, kill some of these stuff around me and bring me their skulls, because I don't know why, but I really like to collect their skulls. And because we took Mage, we'll have a nuke that's going to make it so easy to kill things for a number of levels. Really going to make it easy. So we kill one of those, and we come over here and we kill the rambunctious pet as well, so we can get his skull as well. We'll turn both of them in. Then something interesting will happen. I'm sure y'all already know. Y'all watched tons of videos of other people doing this. We'll get another pair of those boots, and we will merge those boots together. So we'll show you the merging system real quick here in just a moment. Dead Doug, here's some skulls. I know you collect them. Enjoy those. Alright, so we got these Boots of the Long Road, and we got Boots of the Long Road. Holy crap, what do? Well, we take the other Boots of the Long Road, put them in here, click the merge on them, click yes. Boom, they just merged. Now it's Boots of the Long Road +1. You'll notice the AC went up, the hit points went up, all that kind of good stuff. Spirit of the Traveler is what we get out of it. You could sit here all day killing those over and over and over and over and over and over, and keep on upgrading them until your heart is content. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue on. So go back and talk to Doug. We tell him that we're finished. Say we're ready to leave. And we tell him, yeah, please send us out of here. So he's going to do that. We're going to end up over in Ogre. Howdy to you two. Let me turn on my multi-stream chat. I failed to have that up at the time, but I can see it set here. This is one of the class combinations I'm thinking of trying. Well, good. Good. I'm glad that this is one of the ones that you're thinking of trying. Tattered note and letter for Doug. We don't care about letter for Doug. We should have given it to him. But, you know, life goes on. Alright. We will go outside and kill things, because that's what we do. We're an ogre. Ogres kill, right? They're not friendly. Not friendly dudes. They're just, you know, kill bad things kind of dudes. They're smash them until they stop moving kind of people, right? I'm probably going the wrong way. Let's hit F. Fearot. So we start over completely. I deleted and started over, so we don't have any AAs. We don't have any gear. We don't have anything at all. Hey, thanks for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. One thing we do want to do... I didn't think about it before I got out here. Let me check here. Adventuring supplies. There's an NPC in every one of these starting cities, I believe, called adventuring supplies. And that's how you get things that you don't see normally in other ones, you know? So, oh, and I don't have any money here. We'll have to come back for it, obviously. But, like, you know, we're going to need malachite for summoning our mage pets. So that's where we would get it, because normally there is no malachite in Ogre. At least I don't think there is. Maybe there's a jeweler. I don't think there... Point is, if you were in a city that wouldn't have that, you would have it. If you chose an enchanter or something like that, they would have the little tiny daggers there. You see what I'm getting at? All the things that you technically need, they'll have it. So you just search for adventuring supplies, or adventure supplies, something like that. Let's go out here and smash some things. It's time to ogre smash. So we'll kill enough to get a little bit of money, and whenever we happen to get the mage pet spell, we'll go back and buy some tiny daggers. They don't have one out here, do they? Nah, I didn't think they would. Didn't think they would, but we can at least look. I will have to check something else here as soon as I get there. There we are. I'll hit L. Let's check our stances. Offense, defense, balanced. Mage Hunter, Channeler, those are all normal. Invocation, Recover, Empower, Inversion, Spellblade, Over, Channel, Arcane Mastery, Fishing. Nope, not Fishing. Come down here. We got Bash and we got Slam. We'll go ahead and choose Slam as an auto ability. Now, as we level 1 to 20, we will get auto-granted some spells. It's not all spells, but some spells. So we'll see what we get. I'm hoping that we get at least one pet spell, because there are no mage spell vendors over here in Ogre. Mainly took mage for the nukes, and I thought it would be interesting having a mage pet following around a Shadow Knight, an Ogre Shadow Knight, so I thought that would be fun to try. We can automatically hit sell in the advanced loot window anytime anything comes up. Like I said, these things are all probably stuff you've seen everybody talk about in ad nauseum already, but I'm going to say it as well, because by golly, I want to say it too. Again, like I haven't said it before. My last start over character that we played was a what was it? It was a half elf, and he was Ranger, Druid, Wizard, Ranger. Yep. And that was when I pretty much figured out, by playing that one through, that you kind of want to make sure you take one melee and one caster for your first two. At 10 you get your third class, but for the first 10 levels you kind of really do want a melee and a caster, because when you run out of mana, if you don't have a melee to do some damage, you just kind of stand there and drool on the mobs, and the mobs aren't really appreciative of the drool. They don't kind of like it. They kind of get annoyed with that. Fortunately, over in this area, there are no dungeons that have been reworked with special gear and stuff. The closest is going to be Befallen, and we need to get up a little closer to 10 before we go over there to give that a shot. Plus, since I deleted and started all over, let me make sure before I say this. Yeah, all of my rituals are gone. So my level 50 wizard's ports are not available. They're completely gone. There is level 2. Elemental can water. So we did just get the water pet spell. Okay, we're going to sell all of this, and that should give us enough money to go get some malachite. We'll kill on our way back, though. Why not? It'll be fun, they said. Let's kill, they said. Make sure we didn't gain anything. All right. I am tempted to try an ogre when the server actually comes out as my starting race, just for that frontal, non-stun frontal thingy. You know what I'm trying to say, where you can't be stunned from the front. Thinking about that. I've also read people say that it's ogre is one of the harder races to unlock, and the others are easier. So if you start out as an ogre, you don't have to worry about that. You know, it's sort of easy that way. So maybe that would be a thing. I think our adventuring supplies guy was right up here around the corner. Over to the left, if I remember correctly. There he is. Ralbach. Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Malachite. We'll see how many we can buy. That was it. We could buy 4 of them. Oh, we need to actually bring that sucker up. Pet, summon, Elemental water. If we look at our pets window, you'll notice that we have 7 slots over here. Depending on how many pet classes you take will determine how many slots you get. When I played Troll Shaman and EQ, I had no problem getting rep to go to cities. Yep. So let's see here. Let's get our elemental water up. I do see that that's blocking my group window. We'll just move that over here. Set this here. His taunt is off, so we're good. So now I am an Ogre Shadow Knight with a Mage water pet. Where are you at, pet? Get up here. Wow. Pathing? You think? Pathing, maybe? Pathing? You know what? We're just going to go outside. You come join us whenever you're ready. You join us whenever you're ready. These pet slots, you can put anything in it. It will persist between deaths. It doesn't go away. So, yeah, just put anything you want in there. It's a good way to store some gear. If your bags are full as well, you can use it that way. But your pet will use all that gear. Planning on starting playing a race class I've never played. Considering that the game is designed in such a way that you basically play everything on one character, why not? Because eventually you will have played everything on that same character. I think that's a grand idea. I guess we could summon a dagger for him. There we are. You now have a dagger. Enjoy your dagger, little Glenn, or Gen, I mean. His name's Gen. I want to rename him, but don't know if I can. Don't see an option. What about in here? Is there a rename in here? Don't see one. Hate how mobs will just ignore you with your attack on. It's one of the reasons I love being a caster, playing a caster class, is because they just ignore you and you're like, fine, I will nuke your ass as you walk away from me. That'll get you over here. Yeah, so this is going to go fast. Because we just nuke them, they come in, the pet says, no, bap! And then that, you know, on to the next mob. Thank you very much. Come again. That's too far away. Pet is kicking butt. Pet is kicking butt. What we got here in the way of weaponry? We have a rusty longsword that dropped. We'll go ahead and take that, and we'll level it up as we get more. So that's a .143 and this is a .138. We just got a better weapon than our starting piece of junk. So here we are. You have to attune it. Everything you get is tunable basically. So it's not no trade to start, but as soon as you use it, it becomes no trade. We need better mobs. Over there in the corner, if I remember correctly, it's the spider area over in the corner. That's where we will head. I can't remember what level those were, but we'll find out. It was over where the Beast Lord epic mob was, if I remember correctly. Oh, and the Druid Ring had some nice stuff as well, if I remember. Everything is if I remember. If I remember. If I remember. I'm not sure I remember. Maybe I remember back in my day. We walked uphill both ways to get to Ogre, in the snow, in fact. Kill him, Gin. Good job. Good boy. Gin's a good boy. He's a good elemental boy. I believe Shadow Knight is supposed to have an ability just like the Paladin has the smite ability. I'm assuming that it comes in at a particular level or something, because so far it's not out there. But that's my hope, is that it shows up later and that they didn't take it out. So I'm really sure that it's there. I'm pretty sure I saw it once before when I briefly touched Shadow Knight. Paladin is freaking sick. I love Paladin. Paladin is one of my favorite classes in the game. Reeve, yeah, exactly. You know what level it comes in at? Because I'm certainly not seeing it over here. Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, these are good level mobs. These will give us some experience fast. Just gotta make sure to keep aggro on me. Keep it off my pet. Hey, thanks for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. More than you may know. Means so much to me. So all. Oh, skeleton, good. He might drop me some gear. I'm kind of breezy out here. Ogre flopping in the wind. Nope, he didn't drop nothing. That'll bring the other one. Spiders are social. Got a little AoE action going on there as well. What's this guy doing standing over here? Partially dead, just standing there. I remember back in the day playing ogres. Me and my brother played ogres. I think I played a warrior and he played a shadow knight. Can't remember how far we got those characters. Of course, my very first character ever, back in the day, was a dwarven paladin. That was my very, very, very first character ever. And it's a funny story too. I remember, stop me if I told you this before, but back in the day on the Commodore 64, I played a little game by SSI called Pool of Radiance. And then they made Curse Visor Bonds and Eye of the Beholder and so forth. And the uniqueness of this whole game was that your characters that you built up and leveled up whenever the next game came out, this was unheard of back then. You actually took your save disc and you used them to load the same characters into the next game. And they kept going and kept going. And it was so cool. It was monumental. It was so different from everything else I had played, where you just play, turn it off, and the next time you play, it's a new experience. We want that. So I'll get back to my story in just a second. And so that was one of my big experiences in a game that I absolutely loved. And so fast forward to the future. And one day I was reading a magazine. One second, talking to my fiance. And I was reading a magazine and it was talking about this game. Of all things, I think it was Ultima Online. Wasn't it? I think it was. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. A game that, you know, your character actually keeps growing. That's like old Pool of Radiance I used to play. So I went to the store and got it and installed it. And somebody tricked me out of my starting stuff, because that's what they did back in the day, and then killed me. And something along those lines. And I barely touched that game. I was like, this game sucks. And so I didn't even play it like 1 week. And went back to the store and I was looking and I saw this box for Everquest. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. That kind of reminds me of SSI's Pool of Radiance series and all that. So I ended up buying it. And it came with 1 month of subscription. But you have to remember, back then there was no such thing as subscriptions for games. That was a wild concept in and of itself. But it came with a month, so I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot, you know. and I installed it and created my Dwarven Paladin. And I'm loaded in there in what is, God, I've forgotten the name. I'm such a loser. The Dwarf Starting City. Somebody remind me. I've forgotten. Caladim, that's it. And I'm running around, jumping on tables, moving around, so forth. And I was like, well, this is cool and all, but it's boring. You know, there's nothing to do or whatever. And just about to give up on it when all of a sudden my computer locked up, right? And back then it was not uncommon for you know, you'd have a hard lockup and you'd have to reach down and turn off the actual computer. Yeah, Kaladin. Thank you. And, you know, then turn it back on. I was just about to do that when it started working again. What had happened, you can probably figure out, is I was zoning. I had no concept of what a zone was. Not a clue what a zone was. So I literally thought my computer had locked up and was going to reboot. I was like, what a crappy game. It locked up. And so then it started going again. I'm like, oh, there's more area here than what I was seeing before. Well, this is cool. So I ran around in that area. And then it locked up again. And by that point, I'm starting to figure out that it's doing stuff. It's not locking up. After a little while, I'm outside Caladim, right? That's the exit area of Caladim. And I run around, and there's monsters out there. I'm like, oh, okay, there's more to this game. I'm not just going to run around and hop on tables and stuff. There's something to actually do in this game. And I ran around killing, you know, junk mobs out there in the starting area of the dwarf area, Caladim area, for a long time. Long time. Long time. There's a point to this story. And all of a sudden, this other dwarf comes up to me and starts telling me stuff. And I'm like, talking to this thing, and I'm like, this is the best artificial intelligence I've ever seen in a game. This is impressive. I would think I'm talking to a real human as good as this is. I was talking to a real human. You have to understand, there's no concept of playing an online game, so to speak. I didn't know what I was doing. And now that I think back about it, it was actually Ultima Online that I got after Everquest. Yeah, that's right. Because, like I said, I had no concept at all of playing online with other people. And it took me a long time until I finally figured out that I was actually speaking to another human being somewhere else on the other side of the planet. And when I did, I was like, bam, I'm hooked. Hooked. That was the coolest thing ever to young me, was that I was playing a game with somebody else somewhere else in the world. And he taught me a bunch of stuff about the game. And one of the things he taught me, keep in mind, I said I had been running around killing mobs forever. He was like, right click on the mobs. Holy shit, these mobs drop stuff. Yeah, I had been killing forever and not looting anything at all. So that was a new concept. Then he taught me about going over and right-clicking on NPCs, and I had an NPC that wanted to buy my crap that I was picking up. So that was a whole new thing. Now we're really cooking with butter, you know what I mean? And it was just going from there. It was the coolest thing in the world. And ended up getting my brother a copy of the game as well, and we created. We both had dwarves that we were playing, and oh my god, just so many memories from that. And it was such a huge, vast world. And keep in mind, our huge, vast world was all of, you know, the Butcher Block Mountains. That was all we knew. But it was such a huge game to us. And we were talking to somebody that was talking about this far-off land, Freeport. And all we had to do was go over to the docks and take a boat to get there. And there's like a whole nother continent. I was like, okay, we got to try that. And we were scared. Because we were like, you know, if we die, we lose everything. We'll be in this foreign land that we don't know what to do, how to get back or anything. It was very scary. But we got over to Freeport. Somebody bound us. They taught us about that. Then we heard about, you know, we fought over in North Freeport and, what was it, East Commonlands for a long time. and then somebody told us about this land of halflings, and I was totally fascinated with the halflings. I had to see the halflings, so they told us how to get there. And again, we were scared. You know, we're going to lose everything. We're going to lose everything. No, we can do this. And he's like, you know, he tells us how to get there, and we go through Kithcore Forest, and I die because, you know, the undead, they killed me, and I thought my life was over. I've lost my dwarven paladin, and I would never see him again. And some dude ended up taking pity on me and going and finding my corpse. It was a bard. He located my corpse and brought it back, and another person rezzed me. My first experience getting a res. I think it was a cleric that rezzed me. And they buffed us up and gave us some gear and stuff and taught us some things. And that was the whole beginning of, you know, 2.5 decades of playing a computer game. I'm sure everybody's got to have a story like that. I was so close. You have to understand, because there's something I missed in the story. Remember I said that I'd gotten the game and I was running around in the town and there was nothing to do, and I'd logged out. Remember I said I had a month of free play, right? Well, the part that I missed to tell y'all was that I had logged out thinking, man, this is a stupid game. I don't know why, this is dumb. The last week before my subscription was go out, I was like, I should give it one more try because I'm about to lose, the free subscription. That's when I went back in, was running around and accidentally zoned for the first time. So I was this close to not experiencing Everquest. It was so close, but by accident, I zoned. And then I was this close to turning off the computer because I thought it was hard locked. And then the zone finished. It's just one little thing after another. One little thing that led to it. And the first trek from Freeport all the way to Kinos. Holy crap. Holy moly. What a trip. That was back in the day when you didn't know anything about anything in the game. You were just... It was all new. Everything was just figuring it out for the first time. No concept of going and looking at wikis or anything like that. Actually getting graph paper and making your own maps and keeping notes of everything and so forth. I had binders of stuff. Binders full of stuff. Now there's no secrets. There's nothing. Nothing new. Everybody knows everything. Or do they? Because Everquest Legends has got all kinds of new stuff. And things that even us in the beta, things that even us streamers don't know about. Things that are in the works that we will find out whenever Game John brings it to us. And I, for one, am very excited about that. I can't wait. Printing maps from Alakazam. Yes. Alakazam. Back in the day, there were so many great websites that came about. Magello, Alakazam. There was, oh my god, the rogue one, I can't remember the name of it. And there was a Monthly Business. Oh my god, just so many. 3 binders full of EQ stuff. Yeah. So many cool things. What was that one? Fizzbang or something like that. I can't remember the wizard one. I know back during Vanguard, I actually ran the official cleric website. Clericsofvanguard.com, I think is what it was called. Clerics in Vanguard were insanely cool. All of the different specializations you could do. I played a battle cleric, basically. I think that was Red Line or something they referred to it as. I can't remember exactly. There were so much hope for Vanguard, and it just didn't pan out, unfortunately. Technology couldn't do it. At the time. Oh man, so much cool stuff in EverQuest. I was on the Vazel server for many years, and I was grateful for both the kind people that I knew on there as well as my enemies, because something that people don't give credit to is just how much joy your enemies bring to the game in an MMORPG. They actually add the last element of fun to an online game. The competition you have between guilds and between players, it adds something else that a lot of games just don't have these days. We are slowing down on our experience here. We may have to find a better spot. I'm wondering level 4 if we shouldn't head on over to Inothul Swamp. These are mighty blue. Mighty blue. Anybody know a good spot here in Ogre Clan? What is this actually? Oh, Feerot. Oh god, yes, Feerot. Anybody know a good spot in Feerot at level 3 or 4? Competition did get old, but for a while it was very interesting. I remember my hardcore raid guilds that I was in, and the fights we would have with the other hardcore raid guilds. God, my brain can't work. But I am very much looking forward to being able to play when I want to play, what I want to play, how I want to play, because of the personal instances in this game. It adds a totally new element. I can see where that they could do some interesting stuff if they had some special rule set servers. This is just the tip of the iceberg, people. Just the tip of the iceberg. Speaking of which, if I haven't mentioned already, which I have not, bad me, head over to Everquestlegends.com. That's Everquestlegends.com, where you can pre-order the game right now. Yes, right now, today, right this very second. Everquestlegends.com. Pre-order the game for $19.99. Yes, that is a tribute to when the game came out originally, EverQuest back in $19.99. For $19.99, you can pre-order the game. And July 1st, you can get into the new beta server that will be opening up. This beta server will be closing down. July 1st, the new beta server will be opening up, and you can get into that by pre-ordering the game. Plus, you can save your character name. And lots of other goodies. You gotta head over to EverQuestLegends.com to read about that. See, that was the problem. I worked 24-hour shifts, and the hardcore raiders didn't understand I couldn't make raids. Exactly. That was a, you know, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. And that's something as I got older, I just got more responsibilities and couldn't keep up with the whole raiding, schedule. So here's something. All right, so you see this is a Rusty Two-Handed Sword, Rusty Two-Handed Sword. There's two of them here. In the advanced loot window, we got this little blue arrow. If I click this blue arrow, it's going to automatically merge it with the item that I already have in my inventory. So you see over here, Rusty Two-Handed Sword +1, which is tier 1, 0 of 2. I'm going to hit merge on one of them. Look at that, it's tier 1, 1 of 2. If I do another merge, it's going to go up to +2. Oh, there's another one right there. I'm going to click it, bam, now it's a +2. In the tier 2, the +2, we're at 0 of 4. Notice that our damage and our delay changed. I think the damage changed. I don't know if the delay changed, but so that's what you want to do. Is you want to merge your gear, merge. And there, not far from respawn, there is a lizard stone thing that spawns 4 level 2 to level 5 wizards. Good experience and loot to level 6 in the north, not far from the respawn north. I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's over here. Yeah, somewhere in there-ish area, I think, is where we're headed. We'll go give that a shot. Love my little pet. He is like the killer that follows me around and makes sure that everything dies. Nothing is allowed to not die. He kills it all. The 3 small dots on the map. Yeah, that spot right there. We're headed that way. By the way, you may be asking, how come he's got a mini-map? I don't have a mini-map. That's because I sized it like that, put it up there in the corner, and then I right-clicked on the, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that, go away. We don't want you to have it marked there. Oh my god, that's annoying. I right-clicked somewhere like that. I went to Window, turned off the escape to close. You just click it and it'll go away so you can't escape out of it. And then I set my alpha to 0%, so whenever my mouse is out of it, you can see through it. And therefore, voila, we have a mini-map. So now the only way to open and close it is to hit M. Escape won't do it. Alright, let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? We ran by it because I was blabbing. There it is. These things at difficulty 0 have no aggro, apparently. Yeah, they're indifferent to me. So they're just going to stand there and watch their buddies get slaughtered by me and Gin. Jin. You think I should call him Jin rather than Gin? Pronounce the G with a J. Jin. It's like the age-old question of GIF versus GIF. What did y'all say? Did y'all say GIF or GIF? I always called it a GIF. As a G rather than a J. A GIF. They don't on Deer 4? Ah, interesting. They just don't care that you're killing them. They're like, we are indifferent. Kill us all you want. We will respawn. Goal tonight is to hit 20. We want to hit 20. Last time I did one of these restarts, I marathoned all day long. Made a bunch of mistakes, which slowed my leveling down greatly. It only made it to level 17. Goal tonight is to see if we can actually make 20. Not make the same mistakes. Which part of the mistake, honestly, was the fact that I took Druid Wizard as my starting 2, which was great. They nuked the crap out of everything. As soon as I ran out of mana, I just stood there and the mobs laughed at me until I got mana back. That slowed me down greatly. I need more mobs. It's the only problem, it's no mobs. Oh hey, look at that. We get us a thing to put it on our face. Of course you gotta go in here because they're all attuned items. You gotta go in here, grab it, and actually put it on because it's got to attune. You'll get tons of these motes of infinitesimal potential. If you check the lore, it says it's rank 1. That's all it'll work on, is getting it to a +1. So you'll get tons of them. You might as well use them on anything. So I just go in here, I'll click in there. Oh, this is already a +1, my bad. I can use it on that though. We'll go ahead and use it on that, and bam, now it's an AC4. The higher level ones you don't want to do that with because as much as possible you want to hold on to them, because the super rare mobs that have super rare drops, whenever they drop and you want to get those pluses, you don't want to spend the next year camping that same spot and that same rare drop forever. So you can get a little boost by having the higher level tiered motes to use on them. You made the marsh bear angry. I hate the blind spell. I've always hated the blind spell. Don't get me wrong, long time ago I used to be like, this is the coolest thing ever. it blinds me and I can't see anything, and that is so cool. But now I'm like, it's annoying. I have a black screen. We just dinged level 4 and we gained invisibility versus undead, gate, and burn. We got a new nuke. That is a good nuke. Our nuke that we're using right now is a little less than that. We will switch to it as soon as this mob dies. Direct damage, fire, burn. Do 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 do. Sell all this stuff. There we are. Boom! Did we get our Reeve yet? Nope, no Reeve. Disappointed. I want my Reeve. Use some life taps to get a little health back. Why not? Might as well. It's a good camp, but spawn rate's a little slow. Ogre smash indeed. How are you doing tonight, Versefire? Where's the bad guys? We need more bad guys. We need more monkeys. If you haven't hit that subscribe or follow button yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to be hitting that button. AC1. And another AC1. Got some AC gear here going. I want to get that bear because he's a white con. It's a good experience. Can't let that experience walk by. Doing well? You testing possible starting combos? Absolutely. Until this thing goes live, or at least until the new beta server comes up, I'll probably be doing these start over sessions like this. From scratch sessions. So I can try different starts and so forth. There's that blind again. We don't need more blind. We need less blind. We'll take that one. We can get rid of our starter shirt here. And we'll take one of these and use it on it to immediately make it a +1. Now it's an AC5. That is 3.76% experience, by the way. The yellow conned ones that were fine, 3.7% experience. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's use an AoE on them. That's right. An Ogre Nuker. You know, they started out smart. They were wizards. They were an intelligent race. They were too powerful. And the other gods were jealous. And they made them stupid. It's true EverQuest lore. Go look it up. This was Rawlus Zek's chosen race here. They were here to conquer the world. I need a robe, I do. I need an ogre wearing a robe. That'd be so wicked. I used to have a ton of lore stuff because whenever the D20 version of Everquest came out, yes, there was a D20 version. I had all the books, and there was some great lore stuff in there. Sold all of it long time ago when I needed money. But I don't have to worry about that now. Now I can make a few pennies here on Twitch by y'all watching me. I'm set. After like a year of streaming, I'm going to be able to buy a large French fry at McDonald's. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's coming. I'm telling you. I might even splurge for one of those packets of buffalo sauce, because you know they charge you extra. You can't have free condiments anymore. No, no. That clown needs money. Spawn, 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 spawn. Would you hurry up and spawn? Oh, we got gloves. I legit got my first ever Twitch payout. I finally finished the tax documents. Apparently I had $90 from 7 years ago or something. That's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah. Everybody starts a stream, you know, a channel, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, all the different versions. They're going to be millionaires. Because, you know, Asmongold did it, so you could do it too. Doesn't take all of that much talent, can it? It should be easy. And then you find out the hard way that it is a ton of work and very, 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 very little, very, very little money, if ever. If ever. I had one night when I was playing Lord of the Rings online, and it's the only time it's ever happened. I still don't know what it was about. I don't know why the dude did it. He started doing supers to me. And I'm like, you don't need to do that. And he was like, bam, he did another one. I was like, no, seriously, you don't need to do that. And he was like, bam, 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 bam. And eventually, it stopped him. Apparently, I guess he was saying there's some sort of maximum that it allows in a night or whatever. And he had literally donated $500 in supers. Never before that ever happened, never again. I don't know what inspires somebody to do that sort of thing. I really don't. That's the most I've ever made, by far. And I mean by far. I'll never understand why he did it. I'm certainly hitting for this mug. What do we get there? We got some sort of mystic doll. That's a charisma 3. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take that mystic doll. We are going to take that mystic doll. We're going to put it in our any slot so that we are more charismatic. The NPCs are going to love us because we're 3 extra charisma. They're going to be like, oh, that is the most awesome ogre I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to sell him my stuff for 1 copper less. Gotta find a sugar daddy to love your stream, and then you're set. Right? Right? Oh my god. God help me. I've always done this just for fun. But with me, honest to God, with me retiring early and moving to the Philippines to be with my fiance, it wouldn't hurt. I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to make a little bit here and there. But I don't expect it. I really don't. Those people you see, the Beast, or whatever, and Asmongold, I always use him as an example, and all these other ones, you know, millions of people viewing them, you have to understand that that is a once-in-a-lifetime situation. That is the 0.0001%ers. And honestly don't think it's anything they did. They were just in the right place at the right time. It went viral, and all of a sudden, you know, it was like a snowball going downhill, and there was no way to stop it. Although I say no way to stop it. Oh, what was his name? Boogie298. I never can remember the numbers that go after. But Boogie, or Boogie, he was making millions on his. And he did manage to stop it. He screwed that one up. One second. I swear, anytime you try to swipe on your phone, it always does the wrong thing. No matter how many times you try, it always gets the wrong words, and you have to edit it and do it again. Yeah, no, they're just super, super insanely lucky. There is no real formula. I did learn one thing, oddly enough. Learned this one the hard way. You know, there's a lot of slot machine channels out there that show slot machine play. And I was like, that'll be cool. Hey, we're gonna get to upgrade our sword. I was like, that'd be cool. I like going to the casino every once in a while. I'll do some videos on that, put that up if it actually got some viewers. Maybe at some point in the future it would make enough that it would pay for me going to the casino. That would be fun. That would be great. And I went to promote it, you know, to do a little bit of promotion. Once in a while I like to do that on one of my channels. I have multiple channels. I'll spend like $50 to get a little bit of exposure or whatnot. Well, I found out that you cannot promote a gambling channel. Now, I get that. I can understand what they're saying. Well, YouTube doesn't have any problem with you having a gambling channel. They just won't let you promote it. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. So, yeah, no, they won't do it. The promotions will not allow it because it's promoting gambling. But they're more than happy to let you have a gambling channel. You just can't promote your gambling channel. So, blocks that from the algorithm even. Yep, it's kind of wild. And you see those slot machine channels, people out there that have tons of viewers. And it's like, how did they get that? Because literally YouTube kind of, it hides it. So I don't understand how they're getting all those viewers. It kind of makes me wonder if they're not paying bots or something, you know? Because it's the only content I've ever seen, and I'm sure it's not the only one, but it's the only one I personally was involved with where that it would not let you do any kind of promotion on it. That's to abide by state laws. Interesting. Interesting. It's weird that the state laws doesn't affect the fact that you can have the channel. You just can't promote the channel. And how do these people end up getting millions of subscribers if they can't promote it? They're just super lucky? Because there's a lot of those channels out there. It's not like they're the only one there, so when somebody searches for it, they're the only one to find. There's a ton of them out there. Huh. Blocking people anti-gambling content as being gambling content. That's hilarious. Algorithm wouldn't be the algorithm if it didn't do stupid crap, right? Come on, hit level 5, and I think we definitely got to find another spot. This is slowing us down. Just being honest, this is slowing us down. And not that the suggestion wasn't good. It was a good suggestion. This is a good camp. It's just for our little, speed run, so to speak. This is not doing us many favors. We need more mobs, consistent killing. The little ones that walk by, I'm just killing them because I'm bored. But they are super low experience per kill. When they spawn a yellow, it's good experience. But like that one there was 1.2%. Roughly more than 1%. But not much. Here are some shoes. We'll put those on. And then sell the rest of it. Are those +1? They are not. So we will go ahead and... Oh, we got our boots. That's right. We have our boots. So we don't need them. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Maybe if I kill 10 lizardmen broodlings that walk by, then that'll count as 10% experience, as 1 per each. Nope, no, that was 0.1. So if I kill 10 of them, I'll get 1% experience. That's not good, folks. That's just not good. We're so close. We're so close to leveling. I think at 5... we head over to Nothil Swamp, start making our way towards Upper Guck. I think that's the play. Head over that direction. Before we head there, though, after we hit 5, let's get to 5 at least first. But before we head there, we'll go back to Ogre and buy some more malachite, because I know we'll be going through pets eventually. We'll make sure we have enough malachite that we don't have to come back. $1,000 malachite. No, we will get 9,000. Ours will go to 11. Okay, can't you just make it go up to the top as 10? Yes, but ours goes to 11. Did y'all ever see the the new Spinal Tap? You know, it's decades after the first Spinal Tap, they finally made a new Spinal Tap. So good. I enjoyed the living crap out of it. It officially went to 11. Both are pretty good. I love We Are Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. I was, speaking of older movies, not quite as old as Spinal Tap. I was watching, I was just on Facebook and I saw some clips. For some reason it kept on showing me little snippets of Office Space. One of my favorite movies of all time, Office Space. And I had forgotten about this scene in there. But it had me laughing so hard because it is so relevant to my work situation right now. And it's a scene where he's in, it's supposed to be like a Bennigan's or whatever. I can't remember what they called it. It may have been Bennigan's. And he's talking to the waitress. And he tells her that he doesn't like his job. And he's just not going to go anymore. He's just, he's not going to go anymore. And she said, so you're going to quit? And he said, no, I'm just not going to go anymore. And she goes, well, won't they fire you? And he goes, I don't know. I just don't want to go anymore. She's like, when did you decide this? Oh, just a moment ago. And she said, well, how are you going to pay your bills? And he said, I've never been a fan of those either. I think I'm just not going to pay those anymore either. It got me thinking. I was like, oh, this is kind of similar, you know, to me and my work. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't think I want to go anymore. Nah, just not gonna do it anymore. That had me cracking up. One of the greatest movies of all time. Because it's so real. Are we gonna ding or not? Or 92%. 94%. Grab that spider. I wonder if I could take that red alligator. What level is it? 22? I'm going to say no. It's just a death waiting to happen. Not that I care if I die or anything, but yeah, that would be an instantaneous death. That would just be foolishness. Foolishness, I'm telling you. We got some arms. So all the rest. Oh, why couldn't you have spawned a yellow version? Grrr, very grrr, you lizard man scout. Grrr. I'm like Fippy Darkball. Grrr, grrr, very grrr. Spawn, spawn, spawn. We got 2% to go. 2%ers. 2%. We're almost there. Will you swing? By God, he went by us and it was like just not one single swing. Just had to nuke on him. Didn't get a single yellow this spawn cycle, I don't think. They were all blue. 1%. We end up doing the thing where we kill 10 mobs so we can get 1%. There it is. There it is. Alright. So let's head back to Ogre, buy some malachite, and then head on over to a Nothiel swamp. I think that is the right move in my opinion. Do we gain any new spells? We gained Disease Cloud and Flame Bolt. So we gained a dot that we could be casting for our Shadow Knight. And we gained Flame Bolt. That is not where I thought it was. Keep going. Which is another huge mega nuke. Mega nuke. That'll be a good nuke to use. And did we gain Reeve yet? Hold on. And the answer is no, Bob. Things that did not happen for 200, Bob. Level 1 to 10, I don't think I'm going to pick any of the classes I actually intend to start. Excuse me. Whoa, man, holy crap. I actually intend to start with, it's probably going to be Necro Wiz or Mage Wiz. The pets are so good for 1 to 10. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, and that's the thing. For anybody that does not know, getting from level 1 to 10 is like a starter thing. Once you hit 10, you can do your loadouts, and every single class starts at 10. So you just got to get to 10. So if you want to choose whatever will get you there the fastest, that's perfectly viable. Perfectly viable. Alright, let's see if we can buy a bunch. Yeah, we totally could buy a bunch. We're at 107. We're good. Let's go! I'm going to change out this one spell here real quick. Burn, we're going to change that to Flame Bolt. And we're going to get rid of this Elemental Water. And we're going to put in our lower level nuke as a follow-up for it. Then we're going to take it, put it on number 3, and put this one, the Spike of Disease, on number 2. There we go. Alright. Then they confirmed those were all removed here. That what were removed here? Oh, the bonuses, and I don't believe there are any racial bonuses or the opposite of bonus. My brain's not working. I could be wrong, but I don't think there are any. We got a long run ahead of us, folks. Buckle up. Go get you a soda and something to snack on. Because it's going to be a long run. We're on our way to Nothel Swamp. Correct. I don't eat extra as an ogre. I just eat what I want. Now, also for your frontal stun immunity, if you look under AAs, Steadfast Will. It takes a lot of AAs to get all the way from 0 of 8 to 8 of 8, but that will give you immunity to stuns. Let me kill this mob real quick. Oh, holy crap, this whole time I've been playing, I haven't chose a stance, nor a invocation. I can't believe it. Two huge things in the game, and I completely forgot them. Dough. In my defense, I was doing happy fun story time, so I wasn't thinking. All right, let's head over here and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Should we bind ourselves? Y'all think we should bind ourselves in Troll City? Grob. That's it. I'm thinking we should. Oh my god, I am slow. I am the slowest swimmer on Earth. You know, that was one of the things about the large races as opposed to small races. It always seemed like the large races were slower moving. And it's literally a perspective thing. The closer to the closer to the ground you are, the more perspective you have, it feels like you're moving faster. And the larger you are, further away from the ground, the slower it feels like you're moving. It's all an illusion. Because we can see right here, down at the bottom, velocity. We can see what we're actually doing. I always loved the ogres because they would scratch their butts. I thought it was hilarious. Oops, we missed. We missed. We go this way. Hey, Basher Track and Basher Smog, how are y'all doing today? Don't mind me. Just going in here to get a little bind from the binder. Soul binder should be right in here somewhere. There he is. Bind my soul, good troll. Thank you much. You have a nice day. We're doing fantastic. It took us an hour and 18 minutes to get to level 5. Yeah. 20, here we come. You'll have to understand, whenever I put those in my name of my stream, doesn't mean that I'm gonna actually make it before I pass out for the night. But we're gonna try, right? It's always the goal, is to try. Go, you ogre! Run like the wind! Feel the air flow through your hair, your scalp. Doesn't really have hair. Unyielding invocation. What are we talking about? Isn't there a new invocation that gives regen? Oh, unyielding. Oh, that was yeah, that's right. But you know, the thing about it is I'm using Spellblade and stuff. I've got caster stuff going on. So it's not just a did I miss my spot? No. It's not just a melee class. So I'm going to use Spellblade. That, and I'll be using Empower and Recover a lot as well. size is a kind of an issue here. Wish I was had Shaman shrink. God, that's a nice nuke. There's an upgrade for our sword. Actually, in here, we're going to take this netted mask because that'll be dropping more than the other one that dropped outside. So we'll use that instead. Throw this other one away because we'll get more merges from it, I'm sure. Black barrel for a shrink click, top priority for new ogres. Don't remember that item. Is that a new item that they've thrown in? And I'm just not aware of it. Need to grab this belt. God, that nuke is OP. I love that so much. Between it and the pet, it's complete ownage. So if we continue that way, we'll head over to the spiders, and we're a little too low for the spiders. So instead, and always, oh, it makes my stomach drop every time I go across that. Ooh, we almost missed it. God, my stomach just dropped. It's like boom. It's scaring me. Ooh, we may not live through this one. Trying to get this red one dead. Ooh, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Go, pet, go! Kick their butts! Oh, I should have gone for the life stealing instead. Oh, get him, pet! Get him! Get him! You can do it! You can do it! No, you can't do it. Alright, it's fine. Because in this game, you respawn right at the front of the zone. We're fine. And we don't have any buffs anyway to worry about, so we're good there. Let's go back again. Oh, we do need our pet. We're not going to get to have our pet, are we? Go, 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 fast, fast. Nope, of course not. Very quickly, get it. Go, 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 go. Yes! Before the next one spawned. Insufficient mana. My God, I need a shrink. I need a shrink bad. I need to tell them about everything. Just kidding. Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. I could have given it to the pet. All this time I've been forgetting that the weapons I've been picking up, I could have given them to the pet as well. I'm bad. I'm a bad Everquester. Just bad. Boom! We'll take the netted sleeves and we'll do exactly what you just said. We'll take those, put them on ours, go to the pet, give him the sleeves, they're old sleeves. Then we'll take one of these motes and we'll put that in here. And boom! I'm bad, Leroy James. Anyway, I'm bad. God, it literally makes my stomach drop every time I do this. It scares the crap out of me. Alright, let's find those other two that killed us before and get some revenge. You can throw the motes into alternate storage. Didn't think about that. We get another ad? No, it's just that one. This one's just very powerful. He's doing a great job of kicking our butt. See if we can steal some health from this one. We're low on mana. Need to go to recovery mode. There we are. We got him. Woven gloves +1. That's AC 4. We'll take it. About to hit the button to heal myself, and I realized that I would be life tapping myself. Probably would do the opposite. Yeah, but if I threw that in through the dragon sword, I'd have to go back to the bank to be able to access it, right? I don't think I'd be able to get it otherwise. Oh, no, no, no. Do not want to go in there. Do not want to go in there. Oh, there's a different one? Huh. I'm totally a big streamer. I totally know all these things. Maybe. Go to inventory. I think it's called alternate storage. Hit deposit all. Alternate advancement. Achievement. Appear. Skills. Find item. Key rings. Is it in key rings? There's equipment. I don't think that's where you want to put it. Storage. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's in storage. Okay, that's cool. Did not know about that. Did not know about that. Let's go back this way. Go across the bridge. It always scares the crap out of me. Oh, we almost fell. We like hopped. God. Makes my feet feel queasy. You know, it's like tingly and stuff. Let's go back to Spellblade. We've got enough going on. And let's check this. Reuse is 1 second, casting is 1.5, so it's perfect for Spellblade. That it works. Yeah, I know, right? It scares me every single time. So much nostalgia fighting here in Uppercut. We're about to ding. We are about to ding level 6. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got elementaling water when we dinged that time. Let's go ahead and change out our pet. Old trick, old mage pet trick. You start your cast on your pet, and then right before it lands, you hit leave on your current pet. So that way there, you're not without a pet if something spawns. Boom, there it is. What is it now? 9 days out? I can't wait. Pre-order beta. Yeah, July 1st. Man almighty. It's that brings up anxiety for me because of the fact that my last day of work, my last day of actually getting paid by somebody is June 30th. Super, super anxious about that. So happy, you know, to be retiring, but it is earlier than I expected to retire. But scared. You know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the future. Looking forward to being with my fiance. You know, looking forward to being in the Philippines. We got an upgrade here. Let's look at this. A woven tunic +7 or +1. Let's put that on. Let's put our robe on. Aw, it doesn't look like a robe. Going to the Philippines as soon as humanly possible. That is where my fiance is. I've been over there twice, 2 weeks each time, and finally decided that I was done being 8,500 miles away from my fiance, and that, along with some other reasons at work, decided it was time to move on. I've been a professional programmer for 3 decades in the internet industry, and things are changing very quickly in the industry right now. Very quickly. Thanks in no small part to AI. And I'm getting older. It's getting harder for me to keep up with technology. It is what it is. So I decided that it was time, you know. I've got 9 years until I'll hit 62, because I'll be 53 in July. So I've got 9 years until I will be of age to get Social Security. So basically, I've just got to exist, make it for 9 years, and then my Social Security will kick in, and I'll be set. So I'm either taking out my 401k, or I'm selling my farm. It all depends on how quickly the farm sells, really and truly. I need to wait on my health to get back. So the farm is up for sale, and if it sells in the next month, which I doubt, but if it sells in the next month, then I won't take my 401k out, and I'll instead roll my 401k into an IRA, so I don't get penalized, and live off of the farm money as long as possible, probably the full 9 years. If it doesn't sell in the next month, then I'll need to take out my 401k, which I'll have to wait 30 days basically before I can do that, which would be August 1st, I think, would be the first chance that I could do that, and live off of that until the farm sells. So there's a lot of things up in the air. A lot. If you want to follow on with along with that, I have a vlog channel that I started specifically for this called Ferone's Big Adventure. Just search YouTube for Ferone's Big Adventure. If you don't know how to spell Ferone, it's right down there. Ferone's Big Adventure. And you can follow along and see what happens to me in the Philippines. Yeah, what do you know? I figured there'd be more mobs standing here wanting to kill me like the last time I came in here. Let my pet fight that one while I fight this one. Not doing too good. Let me bring my pet over here and have him fight this one as well. Oh, we got 4 mobs that we're fighting right now. Interrupts! Stop interrupting. Pet is doing a bang-up job over there. Just saying, he is kicking butt. See if we can take this one out, Pet. Zarn, you are amazing. You're the bestest little pet in the world. Heck yeah. We kicked butt and took names. Alright, I'm going to sit down here and get some health back. By the way, sitting has no effect in this game. I just do it out of habit. We're going to take this rusty mace +1. We're going to give that to our pet. We'll go ahead and get rid of this other one. don't believe he can dual wield yet. He's only level 6. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think so. We have this that I never did put on. Oh, the shoes. Here you go, pet. Have some shoes. Even though you technically have no feet, have some shoes. By the way, did we get Reeve yet? At level 6? Nope. The next time we get another weapon, we're going to go ahead and put that in the pet's inventory as well, just in case he can dual wield. If not, he can hold on to it until he dual wields. And that is a two-hander. That's not going to be a dual wield kind of thing. We need mana. We need mana. We need mana and hit points. It's going to be a heck of an adventure. You can go watch my video that was titled Emotional Roller Coaster, and they'll explain the kind of adventure that I am stressing out about right now. Oh, she's the greatest woman in the world, though. I love her so much. So glad that God brought her into my life. Let's go kill this one that's down here around the corner. Hey, Worry, I greatly appreciate you following. That was super awesome of you. There's more mobs up here. I know there are. There's tons all over the place. I know that at a certain point they go up in level pretty quick. Oh yeah, we don't have a, I didn't take a build that has any kind of calm, lull, or anything like that. Just realized that I'm used to taking builds that do. Got an upgrade for our belt. Hey, there we are, ding 7. And did we get any spells? We got quite a bit. Leering Corpse, which we won't get out because we have our mage pet. Shock of Blades. May throw that in place of our burn. Shield of Fire. Oh yeah, Shield of Fire. And Renew Elements. Awesome. So let's see. This one here is doing 47.55. We're going to change out Burn. Hey, thanks for the follow, Dabe79 Gaming. I greatly appreciate it. Shock of Blades. Let's do that right there. And I said Shield of Fire. We're going to get us a damage shield going now. We should have some buffage. Not a lot, but I know the mage should have like shielding and stuff like that. We just didn't get that as our auto granting, so we don't have a any buff spell sets set up yet. Hey, Carrier X, I do appreciate you following. Greatly appreciate that. Mobs, here we are. Check out our Shock of Blades. Now, notice this rusty mace that I gave to the pet, it's able to merge as well. So all the stuff that's in the pet slots are mergeable as well. Super cool. Super cool. Love that. Man, I love the merge ability in this game. It adds so much to the game. Oh, this is interesting. Come on, pet. We've got some killing to do. We use this one as the dual wield for the pet. By the way, when you see pets, the mobs have pets. For the most part, just ignore them, because as soon as you kill the master of the pet dies instantly. So it's usually best to just focus fire on the master of the pet. There we are. Let's go ahead and get that item over to the pet. And we'll put that down there. So now he's got 2 weapons. Does it show on him? I know there used to be a bug where it didn't show the weapons. Yeah, they're both showing there. Okay, that's cool. Let's head back. Pick up anything that has spawned along the way. You know, I haven't been doing is checking the AAs. We've been gaining AAs. We're up to 4 AAs right now. So we'll click on the show trainable only, so that way there we don't get a whole bunch of stuff to look through. Let's look at our class. Conjurer's efficiency. This passive ability prevents components used in summoning of pets from being expended. Holy crap. So I could have gotten that early on with 3 AAs and only needed to have 1 Malachite. Anyway. Critical affliction, that's damage over time. Fury of magic, that's the one. Direct damage, critical hits 2%. We're going to take that. And we can get the next one of Fury of Magic, so I'm going to make it 4%. We'll train that as well. There we are. We're good. Let's continue on. Using the Mage portion of our build to its fullest effect. Did I restart or unlock extra primary classes? I restarted. You're going to see me doing a lot of restarts for the rest of this closed beta, because I'm trying out different from scratch builds, basically. I'm doing it for you. It's all for you guys. That's nothing to do with me. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to main a paladin monk wizard because it is so much fun. I may mix up the stuff in there a little bit, but for the most part, probably going to do that. But I like trying all these different builds, and I like doing this to show everybody what it's like to start out from scratch, because there is a massive difference of starting out from scratch as opposed to doing a new loadout. But starting out from scratch means you start with 0 AAs, and you start out with no gear, whereas when you do a new loadout, you have all your AAs and gear that you currently have on your other one. Go ahead and do a upgrade there, sell the rest. Starting to accelerate, we're starting to kill faster. This is more the experience that you're going to get on July 1st in the beta. If you go to Everquestlegends.com and pre-order the beta right now for $19.99. Do it, people. Do it. No, I don't get paid every time I say that. No, I don't get paid ever for when I say that. I just say it because the game is freaking great. I did the same thing for Lord of the Rings Online. Constantly told people to go download it and play that game. Why? Because it's a great game. They're both great games. And both published by Daybreak Games. Great games published by Daybreak Games. Get it? Anyway, they're both really good games. Would you feel like Ogre starting class would almost need to bring Shaman for shrink in many areas, like the Fallen and so on and so forth? Kind of yes. Kind of yes. The that not having shrink is really painful right now. I can't see anything basically in front of me. In fact, what I could do is I could do this, so then I can actually see. That's a saltwater croc. I don't really care about killing the crocodiles. I like killing the froglocks, because the froglocks are bad and they must be killed. You know why? Because they have legs, and fried froglock legs are fantastic. We're going to die. We're probably going to die here. We have 4 mobs on us. Let's back up a little bit. Let the pet take some of this. You got this, Zarn. You totally got this. Oh, we got another ad over there too, apparently. You don't got this, Zarn. You're going to die, but you were a good pet. I will remember you fondly. Oh yeah, Zarn's dead. We got an upgrade for our sword. We lived! We lived! Let's get let her get our pet back out again. I can't take that staring at nothing there. That's, I know people like first person. I just can't do it. I can't do first person. I try and it just makes my head hurt. Okay, there we are. We were in the right camera. I want to heal myself. I keep wanting to try to heal myself, and I can't because I remember that I'm a Shadow Knight and not a healing class. We'll send our pet in to fight that. We'll sit over here like a nice little mage, even though we're a big warrior. I mean, Shadow Knight, big ogre. But we're going to play like a mage, let our pet do our stuff. Reeve is at level 9. Took a bit to get chat's access. Okay, all right. Thank you much for that. We're only 2 away from it. Good job, pet. You did good. What is his name this time? Jebecker. You did great, Jebecker. Feels weird being an ogre and sending my pet in to fight while I sit back and cast. It feels so wrong. I'm going to do some life tapping, get some health back from him. That's such a low amount of hit points too. I get 6 hit points for each one of those. He's such a good pet. Can I get a hand for the pet? Everybody give him a hand. He's doing a great job. Let's see here. So what's internet access like in the Philippines? Actually, it can be freaking amazing. Just like anywhere in the world. Starlink will give you insane, but you know, speed. But there's also really fast speeds. It's just matter of where you're at and what's available to you. If you're out in the provinces, you know, the countryside, that's what we call it here, but provinces there, you're probably going to be stuck with not great internet unless you go with Starlink. If you're in the cities, you can get insane speeds. Played almost all first person in 1999, LOL. I understand that. I understand. Back in the day, it was a thing. You know, the pet is hurt as well. Let's let him heal up as well. Do I have Divine? Nope, I don't have Divine Invocation. I don't have a class that can do it, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, pet, let's go in here. Let's see what we can do. Send the pet first. Here it is, ding 8. We're gonna die. We're gonna die, Mr. Postman. Good pet. Good pet. We didn't die. Alright, we'll upgrade this and sell this. Now that we did that, let's look back up here and see what we got. Life spike and invisibility. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Let's go ahead and upgrade our life tap to life spike. Taps, life spike. Like I said before, you don't get auto granted every spell from level 1 to 20, but you get some, and it's usually ones that you need. So that's what we're getting right now. Let's see what we got going on here. That's cool. Hope your farm sells for a bit and quickly. No clue about your area, but in South Carolina right now, land is going for pretty good numbers. This is in southwest Oklahoma. It's not great. Been to Philippines a few times. Wife is Filipino. Wife said we are going to retire there, but I'm not sure yet. It is an insane place to retire. Watch YouTube. There's just crap loads of videos and different people that do it to explain why, but there's a lot of Westerners, Americans, Europeans, Canadians, Australians, all retiring to the Philippines because number one, first and foremost, Philippines is the only Southeast Asian or Asian country, for that matter, that speaks English. They have a bunch of different dialects of their own languages, Tagalog, Visayan, Hiligaynon. There's a bunch of them, but they also, for the most part, most people know some English. Some know very good English. Some speak better English than people in America, but a lot don't. Thanks for the follow. Greatly appreciate that. So if you're going anywhere in Asia, it's first off a benefit there because most speak English. A lot of the documentation, signage on the roads, signs on buildings, menus, everything is all in English. So there's that huge benefit. Number two, it is vastly, vastly cheaper to retire in the Philippines from the West than it is to retire in the country that you worked so hard your whole life to get your retirement built up in. Vastly cheaper to retire in the Philippines. And there are some cities in the Philippines that are so nice that you would think you were in a first world country. There are others that are very bad, but you would know exactly that you're in a third world country. And there's a lot in between. But the point is, it's way, way cheaper to retire there. And on top of that, healthcare is insanely inexpensive in the Philippines compared to the West. If you're in your old age, you end up getting some complication and you go in for a bunch of surgeries, it's like immediately, if you didn't have insurance, you're done. Everything that you've saved up for retirement gone in one surgery. In the Philippines, it's the same hospitals, the same doctors and nurses, the same medicine, the same equipment, everything that's the same as the West. It is modern day medical in the Philippines, vastly cheaper. So like I've seen people have gone in that went through multiple surgeries and so forth, and at the end, their bill about $8,000. Yeah. You walk into an emergency room in America and you spend $8,000. Yeah, that pretty much sums itself up right there. Now, keep in mind, in the Philippines, going to a hospital or something like that, they expect you to pay up front. You will not be able to leave the hospital without paying your bill first. That is how it works. But it is vastly, vastly cheaper than anywhere in the West. And it's literally the same care, the same medicine, the same equipment, the same procedures, the same doctors and nurses. A lot of their nurses and doctors come to America to work and then go back and retire in the Philippines because they make so little in the Philippines compared to doing the same work here in America. On the West Coast, you'll see a ton of nurses that are actually Filipino. I have a doctor friend in the Philippines. down in Mindanao, and I was so surprised to find out how little they actually make. Now, don't get me wrong, for a Filipino, he makes good money. For a Filipino, he makes very good money. But in comparison to an American doctor, no. no, no. not even in the same ballpark. I've told him many times he's going to be my doctor, so, you know, he just needs to get used to it. I'm going to need him to move up to Dumagati and come be my doctor. Okay, and that's exactly where I'm planning on going, is Dumagati, at least to start. I love Dumagati. I've traveled and visited there twice now, and I love it. It is an up-and-coming western bubble city. And it's still not a huge mega city like Iloilo or Cebu. Definitely not like Manila. Manila is like New York City on steroids. It's none of those. It's a city, but it's still a slow-moving city. It's still, you know, old school kind of thing. They have a lot of pedicabs there and stuff. And if you don't know what a pedicab is, you're in for a interesting trip the first time you go to the Philippines. Basically, in smaller towns like that, and most of the province, well, all of the province, a pedicab is basically a motorcycle that they put a sidecar on, and they make the sidecar to where there's basically a big seat and has a roof over it, and sometimes has a windshield in front of it, and that is a pedicab. And they're super cheap to use, and they're everywhere. There's hundreds of them all over the place in any city, and that's how you get around. About 100 pesos, really and truly 50 pesos, will get you anywhere in town. And 50 pesos is, I think right now 61 pesos is $1, so it's just under $1. So when I was there both times with my fiance, and I had her handle the money, we spent 100 pesos everywhere we went, so we just tipped them, the drivers. But typically it's supposed to be, you know, around 50 pesos or less per person. But when you go to the malls, this is the cool thing. This is the coolest thing of all. When you go to the malls in the Philippines, doesn't matter how backwoodsy little provincial city you're in, you go to the malls, it's a lot like the malls back in the 70s and 80s in America. Big, huge, beautiful malls. You would never believe that you're in a third world country. They're still very much into the mall thing there. And it's only like 400 Americans a month for a 2 to 3 bedroom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're Dumaguete has exactly one big condo building right now. There's another one that is being built by the exact same company that made the first one. It's Phil Invest. You can look that up. The current condo building that they have is they refer to as like a little bubble, because it's highly secure and stuff, and you have the security guards with their shotguns out there that keeps everybody off the property and all that kind of stuff. That's just a normal thing in the Philippines. It's not like you're going to be assaulted every time you step out into the public. It's just that's how it is in the Philippines. There's security everywhere. But the new one is being built, and the first building of that condo will be available late 2028, so 2 years from now. And you can pre-order a condominium there in that big high-rise building, the new one that's coming. And for 2-bedroom condominium is, depending on what floor you get it on, because the higher you go up, the more expensive it is need to step back and let the pet take some damage, is between 70,000 and 120,000 for the most expensive. A 1-bedroom studio type thing is about 40,000 to 70,000 USD total, and that is on the beach. The new condo. The other one is about a block away from the beach, and you can rent those condominiums there in the big condo building for about $400 a month. Is what they rent for, basically. But yeah, try to buy a big condominium, high-rise building condominium at a beautiful place with like mall down in the bottom of it and all this kind of stuff, and high security, big beautiful swimming pool, gym, all that kind of good stuff in like on the beach somewhere in Miami or something like that. Get back to me and let me know if that's 110,000 or if it's more like, you know, 5 million. It's got a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, double wide. Moved on to my 8.8 acres for 125,000. Yeah. Yeah, I have an RV sitting on my farm out there right now that I can't get rid of because I'm upside down on it. Big time. I bought it during the pandemic, just like everybody else. I bought RVs back then. And I owe $40,000 on it. It's about worth $20,000. So I'll be stuck with the RV. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Got a tractor for sale if anybody needs a tractor. I got a really, really nice tractor. 48 horsepower. It's got a cab, so it's got air conditioning and heating, so you don't have to sweat when you're out there working on your farm. Tractor, all the components, you know, attachments and everything, trailer, everything. I need to get rid of it. I owe $24,000 on it. Let me know if somebody needs a tractor. I really, really, really got to sell it like now. It's an awesome tractor. It's a TYM. And if anybody needs a RV and you just feel like paying twice as much what it's worth, hit me up. This is the next level up of the moats. This one do up to rank 2. Take over, pet. I'm dying. Oh crap, they're gonna kill me. They don't care. That's what we should have done when we bought the RV. We should have just bought a house or a mobile home or something to put up on the farm. But instead we bought an RV thinking that, you know, we would use that to travel around, you know, because vacations were too expensive and because of COVID you couldn't go anywhere. So we'll just get an RV and we'll use that to travel. Big mistake. Big mistake. Never buy an RV, people. Unless you're rich and you just got money wasting, you know, burning a hole in your pocket, don't ever buy an RV. It's the biggest mistake ever made. Oh, now speaking of the condos, if you just buy land, let me step back, make a point here. You can't buy land. Unless you're Filipino, you cannot buy land. But if you're married to a Filipino or a Filipino, either way, they can buy land. But if you buy land, you can build your own house in the Philippines for relatively cheap. The price that I was given for the condo is because it's a condo. Had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide from the 1980s. I bought with the land, $25,000. Paid it off in 5 years. It was falling apart. I had to get something. 25 years of payments again after owning this other for the last 7 years isn't fun. I'll be 70 when I pay it off. I totally understand. I totally understand because of the RV. I totally understand. But bust out another 1,000. That is so true. RV. You know what RV stands for? Ruined vacation. Okay, so foreigners can't buy land, but if you got the wife, you can. Yes, absolutely. I found that out when I first started looking at the Philippines and stuff, and I was super surprised because in America, anybody comes here, you know, buy land, whatever, you know, it's the way things work in America, and I thought that's how it worked everywhere. I was wrong. Apparently, in most countries, that's not a thing, and Philippines is one of those countries where that's not a thing. You cannot buy land there. What you can do is you can buy a condo, a condominium. There's a certain percentage of a building that they can sell to foreigners. I think it's 40-something percent, 40% or something like that. But you can't buy land. What people do, though, is they have really long leases that they can lease land for, like up to like 99 years. We're talking insane amounts of time. So people will lease, get a long-term lease to the land and put a building on it, build a home on it or whatever. The likelihood is you will not live long enough to have to redo the lease with the family's children or whatever. So that tends to be a thing. In my case, if we build a house, which we most likely will, it'll be in my fiance's name once we're married. Got a cape here. We can be Batman. I am Batman. Or I am Ogre Man. I always have to look down at the ground so I can see the little plank that I gotta cross on. Alright, we're up to level 8. We're so close to 20, folks. We're so going to make it. Yep. And of course, prices differ completely depending on where you're looking at in the Philippines, by the way. If you go to a new modern area like Iloilo City or Cebu, it's going to cost more. If you go to Manila, it's going to cost more. If you're in BGC in Manila, that's like the super rich area of Manila, where that you walk down the street and see things like Rolex stores and stuff like that. It's going to cost a lot of money. Alright, we got us a hat. Let's don our hat. I've seen too many 90 fiance shows. So be careful. You're right. You know what the 90-day thing is? Why it's called that? I can tell you because I was working on, we still technically are, working on the K1 visa for my fiance to bring her here to America. That was before I decided that I was done. I'm going to go over to the Philippines instead. First off, it's an insanely long process. Insanely long process with a lot of paperwork. And once that you actually get okayed and they go through the interview and they go get their health checkup and everything is done and they're okay to finally come over here, they have 90 days to get married. That's where the 90-day show thing comes from. It's 90 days from the time they're approved until they have to get actually married. It's gotten a lot harder. A lot harder. As it was, our K1 visa application went in to the USCIS in last October, I think. It was something like that. By the way, we just dinged level 9. And my pet's going by. Oh well, it's all good. At that time, they were estimating that the turnaround process was between 8 and 12 months. We still haven't heard anything. Yeah, the point is you should not get married to anybody unless it's actual love. These shows are just stupid. I've known my fiance for a very, very long time. She'd be sitting here right next to me right now if I could have her here, and I can't because our governments don't want to let us get together. Right? Basically living our life 2-week vacations at a time once a year. It's very difficult. You know what we gained? Oh, that was Spellblade right there. We're going to actually live through this by some luck. By some dumb luck. I think we might. Ha! We lived. Alright, we just need to get some mana back. But if I look over here, ta-da! We got Reeve. We're going to put that on auto skill. Reeve, Shadow Knight. This ability reaves your current target, dealing physical damage as well as converting 3% of your maximum hit points into amplified magic damage. Reeve will also reduce the reuse cooldown of Harm Touch by 60 seconds every time it lands. I forgot to even put Harm Touch up. Holy crap, I'm an idiot. Show trainable, no. Go to class. Harm Touch. I need a hotkey. Alright, so Harm Touch is a 20-minute reuse. And every time that Reeve goes off, it's going to shorten that reuse by 60 seconds, by 1 minute. So if it goes off 20 times, you instantly have your Harm Touch back up. That's what I loved about the Paladin. It had Smite. And every time Smite went off, it took 60 seconds off of your reuse time of your Lay of Hands. And it got to the point where you could expect to be able to use Lay of Hands, you know, every so many mobs because it went off so often. It's a great ability. So, yeah. Let's see, find something to use our Reeve on. I want to Reeve something. There it was. That was Reeving Strike right there. Instantly got a Reeve. Let's use our Harm Touch so we can watch it come back. So right now our Harm Touch is on 20 minutes. Come on, Harm Touch him. I mean, Reeving. Reeve Touch him. It's at 18 minutes and 35 seconds at the moment. Oh, there was a Reeving Strike right there. So it must have been 19 minutes and something. We need health. We unfortunately need health. We got any AAs to spend? We got 2 to spend. We can improve our Harm Touch. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it, but honestly, I'm kind of holding off for some better stuff. I'm just saying. Actually, I ain't having as much problems with him on it. On my Druid Wizard, I was having a lot of problems with fizzles. And having Mastery of the Past for only 2 AAs was godsend, because it basically meant that I was not going to ever fizzle at all. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of a thing. I think we're going to hold off. We're not going to use any of our AAs right now. Go on in there, pet. Go kick their butts. I think I just hit a Reeve right then. We're down to 16 minutes. We're doing a whole 11 points for our life spike. Hold me back. We are destroying things. We need more Reeves. I can definitely say just off the bat that Paladin is gets more benefit from his Smite than Shadow Knight gets at this level off of his Reeve. It was like a night and day thing having Smite on the Paladin. Doesn't feel as night and day here on the Reeve. And part of that I'm looking at, I'm thinking about this. Let me bring Reeve back up. It says dealing physical damage as well as converting 3% of your maximum hit points into amplified magic damage. So is that saying that it's hurting me for 3% of my hit points every time it goes off? That's kinda... yeah, I don't know if I like that. I mean, if I was still in life all the time, that'd be great, but I'm only level 9. I'm fighting for hit points as it is. Guess I'd have to constantly be life spiking, tapping, you know, life tapping basically, to be able to make up for it. It's kind of detrimental at a lower level, I'm just saying. It seems a little detrimental. Right, exactly. Paladin, interestingly enough, in this game, we change back to Spellblade. I got plenty of mana. Paladin in this game is actually a powerhouse. It really is. You know, if you played Everquest, ordinary Everquest, you know that Paladin is like he's swinging a butter knife, and he just doesn't kill anything very fast at all. Paladin in Everquest Legends is a killer. He's destroying. Oh yeah, it's Faron's Great Big Adventure. Let me put it up here. In fact, let me go grab the link. Let me make this easy on y'all, in case anybody is actually interested. Make sure that that is the right link. That is it. There you go. Here's a link. I don't know if y'all can click the link in chat or not. I hope you can. So, it needs subscribers. It's only got, where is the subscribers on that? Don't you play? 156 subscribers is all it's got. It needs love. Oh man, we are so getting to 20 so fast. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. It's one of those things where like it grows and then it shrinks and it grows and it shrinks. That sounds bad. It'll get a few subscribers and then the next day it'll lose a subscriber and the next day it'll lose a subscriber. Then it'll gain a couple of subscribers and the next day it'll lose a subscriber. It's you know, as a content creator, it's one of those things where that it's a, you look at it and some days you're like, yeah, look at that, people like this, and other days you're looking at it going, what am I wasting my time for? Berserker, it was the highest DPS he parsed. Wow. I would love to try that. It seems like the Paladin is a super powerhouse. And I love it, because I've always been a Paladin fan. I didn't like the fact that an ordinary EverQuest Paladin is basically just a punching bag. It doesn't do much damage at all. Except to very specific mobs like undead. Got another AA, we're up to 3. We'll use that here in a second. But in EverQuest Legends, Paladin is actually awesome. I like to mix Paladin with Wizard. So he's got that tanking plus that melee DPS that he's just churning out, and at the same time, I'm using big nukes on the Wizard to finish off the mobs that are really annoying. I like that a lot. Berserker halves the cooldown on Smite and Reeves and doubles attack speed. Holy crap, I need to try Berserker. That is a class I have not tried yet. Have not tried it. I came back here early. They weren't spawned. It was just that one that was spawned. Isn't this the room that killed me just a moment ago? Well, by golly, we should try it again. Harm Touch is almost back up. Got 2 minutes before it'll be back up. Total with double smite, you can get lay of hands down to like 2 minutes. That's insane. That's freaking insane. I love it. Let's see if we can get a little bit of revenge. Maybe we can kill 1 or 2 of these before we die. Very important when you change to the next mob after you kill one to tell your pet to attack the same thing you're on, so you can get your DPS and it in coordination. Otherwise, he'll be just fighting whatever he wants to fight, and you're fighting something different. Harm touch. Boom! Come on, pet. We got this. Yeah. Who's getting killed this time, Froglocks? Not us. It's all y'all. We kicked butt. High five. High five. What's his name now? J-Tick? High five, J-Tick. You did great. Alright, so we check in here. We want to do the Fury of Magic number 3. This is going to put us up to a 7% chance to get a critical on our nukes. It's all about the crits, baby. I'm torn between Shadow Knight and Paladin, Berserker, Rogue, Monk with Shaman. Right? There's so many things to play. That's the thing. That's the thing. The game is so exciting because there are so many combos that you can try that are actually valid. It's not like there is a one thing to try. There's a lot of different things to try. That was red as red can be to me. We're going to go back this way. It should be up in here at this point, I think. Yep. I'm super excited for Runes of Canark. That should, I think, I've heard rumors that that's coming some point this summer. Or not this summer, I mean later in the year. But I do not know for certain when. And I could be totally wrong, by the way. I have no special information from them on that. What cleric? It's going D4 any. Holy crap. I'm so looking forward to playing through all the expansions they open in the game as they come out. I'm so stoked about it. Classic EQ experience is just the beginning. Of all things, I'm super excited to play through Shadows of Lucklin again. I hope they bring it. Don't know if they will, but I hope they bring it, because I really enjoyed Shadows of Lucklin. It's supposed to be custom content and non-linear expansion rate. That's what I've heard. I so want to go back to the moon, though. Yeah. Give me a second. Fiance's contacting me. She's at work right now. That's one of the things is with her over there and me over here, I basically she wakes up in the morning when I go to sleep at night, and I wake up in the morning when she goes to sleep at night. We're completely opposite on our time zones. She's literally 8,500 miles away. Yeah, it's 9:33 p.m. here right now, so it is 10:33 a.m. there. And she is in the future. It is Monday here. It's Tuesday there. I tell her to let me know if the day is going to be really shitty. Let me know so I know not to wake up. What are these over here? Are they still too high? Yeah, they're red cons. I wonder if we could go to the spiders now. No. We're just about to hit 10. Let's hit 10 first. These haven't respawned either. We need more spawns. We need more monkeys. We're killing fast. That's what it is. We're ahead of the spawn rate. I would think these would be spawning soon. I would think so, but I'm not certain. Let me check something while we wait on the spawns. Yell at me if they come up. Let's click over here. Come on, mobs, come back and play. I know I scared you because I was killing you so fast. I promise I'll let you kill me a little bit more. Ooh. We're level 9. We're about to be level 10. You know where we should be. The Fallen. That's where the experience is going to flow very quickly. And the new gear will be dropping. So we just dinged everybody. We just dinged level 10. We gained Rain of Blades and a new pet spell, Elemental Water. Let's go ahead and grab that new pet. And Rain of Blades. It's going to be our rain spell. So, interestingly enough, really awesome feature of Everquest Legends is your AoE, rain spells, all that kind of stuff. They don't affect you. So, you can have a blast with them. Let's see here. Damage, magic, Rain of Blades. We will verify that, but I'm pretty sure. Let's find us a mob. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alright. Oh, it's not up yet. I have to wait for it to come up. It's reuse timer is thinking right now. Alright, here we are. We'll go ahead and use it. So that shouldn't have effect on us. He resisted. You hit a froglock sentinel, blah blah blah. I didn't see it say anything about hitting us. I know the AoE spells don't. I just wasn't sure about the rain spells. Point blank AoE. Should be. Let me check it real quick here. Single. Nope. That's the wrong thing. Oh, I haven't been putting my damage shield on. Lol. Rain of Blades. Target AE. Not point blank AE, target AE. I wonder if that means it will hit me. I have no mobs to attack. Well, let's go fight these. They're up. All right. Check my other things. You hit froglock. I know I'm gonna die, folks. I'm just checking here. I don't see any messages claiming that I'm getting hit by it. Yep, we're gonna die. We're gonna die, Mr. Postman. It's all good. They'll put us back at the top of the dungeon. We can start running over to Befallen. That'd be hilarious if I lived through this, but there's no chance. Yeah, there we are. Alright, let's head out of here. Oh, be sure to get you a drink, a snack, something or another. We're in for a long run. Long ways off from, that would be West Common Lands. By the way, when we ding 11, we will get to choose our our third class. And one of the things it does before you ding 11, when you get enough experience to ding 11, it comes up with a window for you to choose whether you're ready to do it or not. You'll have a button that says lock on it. Basically what that's telling you is that if you choose that lock button, and it is the only way to progress to level 11 and further on in the game, you are saying that you are okay with the fact that your race is the race that you currently are, and your primary class is what your primary class is currently. There's no difference, by the way, between primary class, secondary, and third class. They work all the same. It's just primary class means this is the one you have to use in every loadout that you create, and you have to unlock other primary classes to be able to use them. Same thing with the race. It becomes your current race, and you have to unlock other races to be able to use them in your loadouts. So what it does when you're about to ding level 11 is it stops and tells you, say, hey, you're about to hit the point where you can't change anything. Are you sure you want to do this? And you think about it for about 5 seconds, then you say, yeah, lock. And then you're basically, at that point, every build you have is going to have that primary class, until such time as you are able to unlock a secondary primary class. That sounds weird, but you'll understand later. Notice on other streams that the zone change can be used to shorten runs. Example, leaving unrest. If you change your zone tier, you appear at Blackborough. Huh? Used to shorten runs. Leaving unrest. If you change your zone tier, you appear at... I'm not sure what that means. This shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. I don't know how you could do that, but I'm probably not understanding what you're saying. Leaving unrest. If you change zone tier, you appear at black... Oh, Butcher Block, Dagnor's Cauldron. Holy crap, my brain. Yes, now I understand what you're saying. Yes, because basically you're going to the safe spot in that zone by switching to the instance. So that's what it's doing. What do we got over there? Is it just a sand giant? Sand giant who saw him is up. We will not bother him. We'll let him live his life the way he wants to live it, and we'll go do our own thing. See, I thought you were saying Blackborough. I was like, huh? But no. Oh, for the love of God, Puma, seriously? It is absolutely adamant that it must die, so I have to take care of it real quick. Right. Which I guess technically I could do the same thing here, but well, let's try it. Let's get out of aggro first. But we want to go ahead and get our pet up in case we have another one of those situations like that right there. Let's see where this puts us. We will choose difficulty 1 and select. So according to this map, I think it just put us... Yeah, wizard inspired. No, it reset us. we were over here. It's okay. It was worth a shot. When we get into the next zone, we'll do it again and see where it puts us, because I think that could actually get us across the zone faster. Yeah, near East Commons Tunnel. That's what I was thinking as well. Is that the Cyclops? An ancient Cyclops. You know, I have never actually seen him out here in the desert. Never seen him. Knew he could spawn. Never seen him. I tell you another mob that I've had a horrible time ever seeing, and that was the Pegasus over there in South Carolina. Oh my god, that thing tortured me on many servers. Never ever up, no matter what I did, no matter what tricks I used, reading all the things on the wikis, never could make this stupid thing spawn. I always did my ancient Cyclops hunting out in, I think it was Oasis of Mar. So what we're doing there with the difficulty, if anybody's wondering, it's the same thing as doing /pick in ordinary Everquest server. You're choosing a different instance, but in this case the instances are set up with difficulty levels. So we went to difficulty 1 from difficulty 0. We /picked basically to it. Yeah, spawn rates seem very good for names on here. They are very good, honestly, which I am okay with. I know people are going to have issue with it, but I personally am okay with it. About to have a desert madman on us. Luckily we have a pet. He's much faster than the pet. But we're going zone. Got a bump right there, it's driving me crazy. Let's change difficulty again. I so want to hunt here in difficulty 1. That's right. Okay, here we are, East Commons Tunnel. That made life so much better. I don't believe I want to do that in East Commons though. I think that will put me over near Freeport zone line. One thing I do want to do in East Commons though is I want to go over here to the Soulbinder and get my soul bound. Right, it is. One of the tricks I've seen people talk about, by the way, is whenever you in a dungeon you go into a personal instance. So you use that same system, but you hit this checkbox down here. Let me show you. You hit this checkbox here, enable personal instance, and then uncheck this disable NPC respawn, so that way they'll keep respawning in your personal instance. Wherever you're at is where you go into that personal, or no, it's going to put you back to the beginning with the personal instance. But when you come out of the personal instance, you come out right where you were when you went into the personal instance. So let's say you're at a camp that you're trying to camp. You can do it right there. Then whenever you leave it, you'll be right back there in whatever difficulty you came out at. It probably didn't make sense, but you know, I tried my best. Bind my soul. Thank you, good sir. There's a dwarven bard. Ooh, yeah. I can do it here. Okay, so let me click off of that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm going to click on this one here. This is my current one, Shadow Knight Magician. I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to go to additional, and this is where I can add my next class to it, my third class. And I'm not sure what I want to do. I said in the thing, what was it I put out there? I think I said Shaman, didn't I? Mage, Shaman. I think that's where I was going with this. Yeah, Shaman's what I thought. Selling things, but I guess no player economy really, huh? Not much yet. Keep in mind, as soon as you put something on, it binds to you. So there is that. Yep, Shaman. Where is it at? There it is, Shaman. And I'm going to hit save. Boom! We are now a Shadow Knight, Shaman, Magician. And we're going to bring up our pet again. So we got some spells auto-granted to us for the Shaman that we just took. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save my main spell set now that I need to actually maybe do some permanents or some buffs. So I'll show you all that. Let me go ahead and cancel all these out, clear them out, and let's look for permanents. Not where I needed to be. Okay, I don't have hit point buffs. That's interesting. Just statistic buffs. We got agility. That's going to be that. That's going to be duration. Dexterity is duration. Stamina is duration, and strength is duration. So benefit, damage, shield, shield of fire is duration. Spirit of Wolf is going to be a duration as well. We don't have any permanents, so we don't have to worry about that. So instead, we'll go with creating our buffs spell set from our Shaman, basically, we just picked up. There are a lot of spells that I am missing, understand. That is absolutely the case, because I have not been going back and buying. I've been just going off of what I've been getting auto-granted. Was there also... I'm going to go ahead and throw... Nope, I've got so in its own thing down here. Alright, so let's go ahead and save spell set as buffs. Then I'm going to get rid of these, and I'm going to bring up my so. I heard a lot of people calling it Sal, and I've never understood that. It's always been so to me. But then I had friends later on that I met on other servers, and they always called it Sal. And I was like, what the hell? What are you talking about? You need a pig. I don't understand that. Fuck, I'm going to be utterly lost playing the game for a week or two. A lot of systems. There's a lot. There is a lot. I'm going to pull up my buffs. Understand that these over here that you're seeing, those are just macros. I have a hot bar set up over here and sized in such a way so it looks like a little square or rectangle, and I've got these macro keys. If I right click on it, you see it's just /mem space, the name of the thing. It's just something that I do. So we'll go ahead and buff ourselves before we run over to the Fallen. And then we'll bring our main spell set back up. Put it back in here. Make sure we don't have any auto skills we don't have checked. Bash is alternate with slam, but we want to keep slam. Stances. Good there. Invocations. Okay, everything looks good. We don't have to use our boots anymore for sew because now we have our own Spirit of Wolf. I wonder, can I make this a little smaller? I can. Sow, exactly. I'm like, why is that a sow? It's a sow. It's also just like I called Kinos forever. I called it Quanos because the Q had a QU kind of sound. Quanos. I always called it Quanos. Then Everquest 2 came out, and for the first time, there was actually a voiceover that said the word Kinos. I was like, what the hell is a Kinos? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Oh, that's Quanos is Kinos. I didn't know that. Apparently it's Kinos, not Quanos. And I still have a debate with some old friends of mine about how you pronounce Eurodites. I call them Eurodites. They call them Uridites. It's a Eurodite, not an Uridite. This will be good in D4 content with moat upgrades. I don't have beta, so just guessing at everything. I don't know about the pets. The last time I played a pet up to level 20-ish, I was not doing great, but that was early in beta. So I know that they weren't the best back then. I don't know if they've become better now. I do not know. Apologize. Supposed to be some spell motes. I haven't experienced that yet. There's supposed to be spell motes as well. So you can increase the power of a spell. Now we have motes for gear. So we now have apparently spell motes that we can use to increase those. So I think that may have an effect on your pet spells as well. Iridite. Okay, Iridite, I see that. I was going to Eurodite because it's EU, like Euro or something. I was going to Eurodite. Iridite, I can understand Iridite, but Uridite that they were saying, they're calling it Uridite. I couldn't get into that. Could not get into Uridite. We are at Befallen. Let's get it rocking and rolling, everybody, in Befallen. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do in Befallen is we're going to, because it's going to be super packed, we're going to click this little thing. We're going to click Enable Personal Instance. We're going to unclick this Disable Respawn because we want it to respawn as much as possible. We're going to change it to 1 on our difficulty, and then we're going to hit Select. That is going to give us a lockout timer of 1 hour. So whenever we leave this, we can't do another personal one for 1 hour unless they've changed it, but that's what it was last time I saw it. This development team they're on top of everything. Things changing all the time, for the better, not for the worse. So I always have to preface it, anything I say, with the statement of, last time I tried it. It's interesting. I got to think about this the other day. This development team really does good work. And what I ended up coming up with was, to myself, I was thinking, there it is right there. You can see the personal instance timer. Alt-Z to bring that up, by the way. Was I started thinking, you know, they play like somebody who actually plays the game they make. And that's the case. They develop the same way that a person who plays a game would develop. I noticed in other games, I'm not going to pick on anybody, but some other games is like you'll see bugs and stuff that will exist for eternity and never change. And you think to yourself, If they played this game, they would change that because it would annoy them. Well, you see them changing things like that all the time in this game because they play the game. And it's so refreshing seeing a professionally done game where the developers actually play the game and make tons of changes for the betterment of playing the game, not just making changes because that's the expansion they're doing this year, and as soon as it comes out then nobody gives a crap anymore and they never touch it and fix anything after that. No, they actually work on it like as if it's something they want to play. It's very obvious. Come here, pet. Help me fix this one, finish this one off. Alright, now let's get these. Wow, those are nice boots. I'll take that and do something with them in a moment. Those boots dropped off of that skeleton. Alright, now let's take care of this. We're going to take our other boots and we're just going to stick them here in this any slot. Very nice. Holy crap, that is nice. Yeah, you can level so fast here in the Fallen. One hit. Dark Elf Skith and her one-hand blind is pretty damn decent. Yeah, that's where I was headed. It was right up here around the corner. She stands right down there. We got enough mobs. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. Alright, let's bring her in. She's level 16 and we're level 10. We're going to go ahead and harm touch her. Got her. She dropped her one-handed blunt. Alright, it's Enchanted Fine Steel Morningstar +1. It's a 30 delay 7 damage ratio of 0.233 with strength, wisdom, and void save on it. Very nice item. We're actually going to hold off to get the two-hander, but what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it in our pet. We're going to replace one of our pet weapons. Make sure this is the bad one. Yep. Destroy, yes. Yep, giving it to the pet. Actually, I want to do something here. Gameplay, I want to find the auto duck. Where's that at? What is the momentary duck bind? Oh, that's kind of cool. Where's the auto duck? I thought that was in there. Do they not have that anymore? You have a nice night too? I want to see if they do because I'll need it, right? We get them off? We did. Alright, we're going to go back in here and search for this. Gameplay. No one should allow contest target. Click shows help use implied healing. Click through self, click through pets, attack on hostile cast. Attack on right click, attack deadly on right click, auto switch to range attack. Suppress out of range warnings. Press attack. Failure warnings momentarily duck. I don't understand that one. That one's really throwing me. Let's make duck keybind act momentary. So when you let go of the key, you unduck. I gotta try something with that. Oh, there it is. Allow auto duck. That was inside automations. All right, Mr. Shadow Knight. I'd really be interested to see how a Paladin Shadow Knight works out at high levels. We'll take the key. Yeah, auto duck is the win. I like that Reaving Strike crit, procced it right off the bat. Almost killed him with the Reaving Strike alone. I'm really tempted to, and I may do this on my next playthrough. By the way, I'll get back to that in a second. All trash jewelry got stats added to them. So you'll notice that this piece of junk actually has an AC2 on it. I didn't mean to sell that, but you know, life goes on. Anyway. What was I going to say? Don't know what I was going to say. Must not have been important. Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. You nailed it just as it came to me as well. Oh, he's back there fighting something else. That's why we weren't getting him on it. I think my next playthrough very well might be a Shadow Knight Paladin for my first two. Although, you didn't get Reeve until 9. I'll have to see. I'm not sure. Because I want to experience the Reeve and Smite at the same time. What? Oh, murdering my, yeah. Yeah, I keep doing new builds so I can start over fresh. I did my level 1 to 50 playthrough, and now I'm doing my starter playthroughs for the stream. I don't really have any intention for this closed beta to get into raiding. I might get into that in the next beta that starts on July 1st. If you're not already signed up for it, go pre-order the game at everquestlegends.com. It's only $19.99. Yes, $19.99. And you can get into the beta that starts July 1st. So I might play up a real one and raid some, do some raid content in that beta. But for the rest of this beta, I'm going to be just trying different stuff. There we are. Okay. Very important screen. So it says your primary class and deity are about to become locked. This means that you will be unable to change these within class loadouts until you unlock additional classes and deities through untapped potential achievements or by using unlocked tokens. You get 1 token when you hit level 50, by the way. If you choose not to proceed, you can still edit your loadouts, but you will not be able to exceed level 10 until you confirm your current selections, which are primary class Shadow Knight, deity Kha'Zix Thul. Would you like to confirm these selections? I do actually want to. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm glad when people help me out. Alright, so our primary class is now Shadow Knight. Our deity unlock is Kha'Zix Thul. We can't change that anymore until we hit level 50 and get our token, which we're not going to. But at any rate, we just hit level 11, so we got Clinging Darkness and Burnout. Whoa! I love it. We got Burnout now. Clinging Darkness is going to need to go somewhere up here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Shock of Blades and put Clinging Darkness there. Oh, I forgot I have slow now. Oh, no, stand up. Wrong thing. Damage over time. Snare, Clinging Darkness. Alright, we don't need Summon Dagger. Holy crap, we got Summon Dagger left over. That was from the very beginning. I am always a newbie. I always will be a newbie. Oh, we got a calm? Oh, Numb the Dead's what we have a calm for. Okay, we'll put our drowsy in here as well. So we will put our snare right here. And we will put our Spike of Disease right here. We will put our slow, our drowsy, they called it slow. And I think I'll put it right there. Save that to my main spell set. And let's get our Burnout out real quick. Burnout, pet, haste, Burnout. Yeah! Oh, you son of a gun. You sit over there and think about what you did wrong while I get my Burnout. Bard was my first main to 55. Probably start Bard agnostic for plate and new songs per level early on. Goes well with any combo. Yeah, I think Bard is super awesome. On one of my builds had Bard, and I enjoyed it. I only played it up to the 30s before I killed that off to make something new, though. Alright, let's go back to main spell set. Our pet is hasted, and we're ready to kill. And we got our damage shield going now. What is that? Rain and Blade. Oh, okay. Some of the icons they use, because these are the old spell icons, I have trouble keeping track of because I am not used to the old icons. Upgrade, take that, sell the rest of that. Let's go back down here and talk to the lady with our weapon, hopefully. She's holding her weapon, but that doesn't mean anything. In Everquest Legends, it does not necessarily mean anything when you see them holding the weapon. Does not mean that they're going to drop it. Oh, we don't have our harm touch up. It may come back up while I'm fighting her, though. Don't think we're going to need it. She didn't drop it. The Symphonic Aura, up to 5 self-group. Song plus melody, 4-5 target, slow, snare, dots, etc. is powerful without interruption or mana loss. Yeah, Symphonic Aura is amazing. For anybody that doesn't know, basically, since you're multi-classing in this game... Oh, we got a high enough level that these things aren't attacking. Since you're multi-classing in this game, there's a situation where you're going to be playing a song and you're going to be wanting to cast a spell, and that was an issue. So the way that they got around that was they have an AA called Symphonic Aura, and there's a bunch of different levels to it. And basically what it does is it allows you to play a set of songs that is outside of your playing a song, so to speak, if that makes sense, so that you can cast spells. And what it does is it takes the furthest down gem in your spell set, the first song there, and it plays that. And you can have up to 5 if you have all of the Symphonic Aura's AAs purchased. You have up to 5 songs playing. So from the bottom up on your spell set over there, if you had 5 songs, all 5 of those are playing while Symphonic Aura is running. It said Daybreak is using 8 servers on launch. I have no idea, but I do know that they said that there will be no issues with ability to handle all the people. They've got that under control. Daybreak is making sure of that, supposedly. Just gonna sell that stuff. Expand the spell slots. Oh yeah, absolutely. With mnemonic retention AA. Yeah, basically what I had on my build that had a bard in it was the bottom 5 spell gems were all the songs that I wanted it to be playing. And there's so many spell slots that you open up with the mnemonic retention that I had plenty of room for having those and all the spells I needed for my other classes. I need health. Need to do some life tapping. Doesn't work if you just kill them instantly. See, that's what I was hoping Reeve would do, is that it would have a life tap on it. That's what I wanted. The fact that it's actually hurting me to do Reeve is kind of anti what I was wanting from the Shadow Knight ability. I can, actually. That's not a bad idea, honestly. Typically what I do, and Clinging Darkness shouldn't be up there, I need to make that change. Typically what I do is I'm used to playing Wizard or Druid as one of my build loadouts, classes in my loadouts, is I put a big nuke at the first one and let Spellblade do that, but honestly, that's a really good idea to use your life tap up there. Taps, life spike, let your Spellblade work off of that. Go ahead and put our snare down here, and then we'll swap them on our hotbar. There we are. So basically the way Spellblade works, for anybody that doesn't know, and I'll just read it from the thing. Treats the first spell gem slot as a proc that consumes both mana and endurance on its activation. 40% of the spell's mana cost is paid as mana and 20% as endurance. Spell must have a reuse time less than or equal to its cast time. Basically what that does on the cast time thing is to keep you from using your massive AoE spells on the wizard as a Spellblade proc. So now when my Spellblade procs, it's going to be proccing Life Spike, which is awesome. It just did it right there.
Use laptop on Spellblade until better gear, Shaman sustain, help, then swap to nukes later. Yeah. Yeah, normally I've got like my big nukes up there from Wizard, and it's just insane when you see it proc. So fun. Heal from Shaman you could do instead. You know, one of these days I'm going to actually seem like I know what I'm doing. I forgot we just got Shaman added. So yes, there is a Shaman heal. It should have been one of the auto-granted. We'll make sure here in a second. But we'll fix all this up. We will get it fixed up. Trust me. It's late. I'm tired. I'm an old man. Leave me alone. I need my rest. Damn kids. Get off my lawn. Yes, light healing right there. Alright, so what we'll end up doing is we'll put this one here, we'll put this one here, we'll put the slow down here. And we don't really need a snare right now. You know what we'll do? We'll put it on this because we never use this, so let's just put the snare there. It's just out of habit playing a Shadow Knight that I want a snare available. Don't have to use PTO days because I'm perma-disabled now. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Let's go ahead and do our... Actually, what I want to do is I want my snare here and this one here. Alright, now let's save that main spell set. There we go. We'll use our first snare ever. Right there. Now I feel like a true Shadow Knight. Look, I'm using my heal. Look, everybody, I have a heal. I don't need to, but I just wanted to use it. Our boots keep getting upgraded. By the way, that is up to +3. AC 9, Agility 8, Save and Void. I mean, Save Cold and Void. Oh, my buttocks. Oh, my buttocks hurts from sitting there so long. What's that? 45 now, not in programming, but in IT. AI gonna get me eventually. You can ask AI if they're too stupid to check if it's plugged in. Yeah, yeah. I'm right there. I'm right there. 3 decades in programming, and my boss has gone AI drunk. He's gone completely and utterly crazy with AI, and unfortunately his boss has as well. They've both drank the Kool-Aid, and yeah. Writing was on the wall. They claim that it will not take any jobs. Don't worry, it's not going to take any jobs. But at the same time, they're telling us, literally, not making this shit up, telling us that our AI tools can give us the ability to do the same, do 10 times the same work we're doing, and they're going to be watching our commits to make sure we're actually doing 10 times the work. Yeah. So not only are we working harder now, but we're getting a lot of code that you have to check profusely because there's a lot of bad code in it. My boss constantly checking in bad code with his AI. But also checking to make sure that we're doing 10 times the work. And on top of that, there's no way you can convince me that the bean counters upstairs in a couple of years aren't going to look at that and go, you told us that they could do 10 times the work, and this is costing us out the butthole to actually have this, so we need you to cut 10 times the workforce off as well. They say it's not going to happen. I say bullshit. It's going to happen. Because AI tools are not free and they're not cheap. It's a very expensive tool. Yeah, twice now we've had code checked in, not by me, that broke things severely when it went to production. And we had to go back and try to figure out what it was, and both times we found out from somebody in our group that, well, they had just put a tweak in. Yeah, and the tweak was across the whole damned solution, not a very focused area. If you're going to use AI, focus, focus, focus. Don't let it look at your whole solution and make a change across the whole damn thing. Both times it caused major issues that we had to deal with. And both times the person that put it in went on vacation right after they put it in. So I got to production and I had to deal with the fallout. Worse. Things like authentication, claims, and security. It's very bad. Very bad, by the way. Very bad at that sort of thing. Very, very bad. Because what AI does is it goes, I can't do that, boss, but don't worry, I know how to hack, so I'm just going to hack it. Don't let AI touch security. Very bad choice. And we got a one-handed blunt that looks like a leg. It's a .148. We will take that. It's not temporary, right? It says no storage, but it doesn't say temporary. I'm going to loot it. I'm going to give it to my pet. His other weapon will be this one. Yeah, I kind of got really used to the Luckland models, to be honest with you. What I'll do, these upgrade names and Befallen drop now, a lot of gear. A lot of really cool gear. We're just barely scratching the surface here on the top level. The down at the bottom is some insanely good gear that you will want to farm. It is that good. Blackburrow is the other one that they did recently, and it's got some really good gear in it as well. Let me get these mobs to come out here. They're not going to. Data sovereignty is a huge issue as well. Claims it doesn't save anything. It still transports your data across the border to process it. Gives it that claims zero meaning. Yep. Yep, I feel sorry for any of you that your boss drinks the Kool-Aid. Because AI is a great tool. Don't get me wrong, it is a really good tool. You have to be a very responsible programmer to use it. Right now, at least. Very responsible. And there's a lot of not responsible programmers out there. And some of them are in big lead positions. She is not dropping our weapon to save our life. Let's use some heals. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. If you're on this side of the world, the Fallen. If you're on Kino's side of the world, Black Burrow. Yeah, they did. That is a very big thing that did happen recently, or a while back, that some lawyer actually referenced stuff that he looked up with AI, and it was what they call a hallucination. It wasn't real, and tried to use it in court like an idiot. Like I said, AI is very powerful. It is a really good tool. If you're a responsible user of it, you can do a lot with it. But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm literally witnessing it for myself right now, how it's not being used responsibly at my current employer. And eventually it will come back to bite them in the ass, I guarantee you that. But I won't be there to see it. That's a 143. We're at a 0.2. It's a nice item though. Do I want to give that to my... no, I mean, I've got too much of this crap. I don't need to hold on to this stuff. Luckily, I'm close enough to the retirement stage in my career that I can try to make it. I feel sorry for the people in my career that are still a good 15, 20 years away from retirement. So I really don't know what's going to happen for them. I don't want to be a doomsayer, but I don't. I really don't know what's going to happen with this industry. I do know that anybody with any ability whatsoever to program anything internet-wise can use an AI tool to look like an expert. You absolutely can. Now, my boss right now with his with the tools that we have, he just goes in, he tells the thing what he wants it to do, or he'll give it an error and say, "Go figure out why this error happens and fix it." And it literally does the whole thing. It checks out all the solutions it needs to check out, and it goes and it does everything. And checks it in, makes the commit messages and everything. And sometimes that's good, and other times it's really, really bad. But when you extrapolate that to what can be done, anybody with just a smidgen of knowledge of internet programming or programming in general, if they're not monitored, they can literally look like a professional just by using AI. And they will not know that what they're checking in might be dangerous or may not be a good code because they're not programmers. They're just hackers. These things are Graycon. We need to head down, but I keep wanting to kill this lady for her two-handed weapon. And give her one more shot, then we're going to go downstairs. Yeah? Come on, spawn. Spawn, my friend. I'm not going to kill you. Yes, I am. Ha ha ha. Take that. What's her name? Asaka Lure. Take that. Subscriptions. This is the main reason why I'm basically, after decades of being a Microsoft person, giving up and going to Mac. because I got tired of all the subscriptions. And Mac is more Linux based than Windows is. There's a lot of non-subscription stuff you can use on a Mac. A lot of it you can use on a PC as well, but Windows is just getting really bad these days, people. It's just getting horrible. But like I've used Adobe products forever. And this may surprise some of you youngins, but back in the day, we bought the software and we could use it for the rest of eternity. Not anymore. These days, if you want to use an Adobe product, well, you got to have a subscription, and that sucker's going to cost you out the butt every single month. It ain't cheap. And I've been doing that forever. And now that I'm retiring and I don't have the money to spend $50+ a month so I can use Adobe Photoshop and all the other Adobe products, I was like, well, I need an alternative. Oh, look, there's GIMP. It's completely free and almost exactly the same thing as Adobe Photoshop. So I use that on my Mac. Where's the thing I'm trying to fight? Yep, GIMP is nice. Screw Adobe. I was a Photoshop supporter forever. I am done with that. $50+ a month just so you can use Photoshop. And I'll tell you what, I don't miss Adobe Premiere at all. I know iMovie is not that powerful, but you know what? It does what I need it to do for my video editing, and it's free. I use the cheapest MacBook out there, a MacBook Neo, which is basically little more than a glorified tablet. And every bit of that software runs on it like a champ. So yeah, I look at Windows and Windows 11 and how crappy everything runs and how powerful the hardware has to be to run it, and I'm like, F you, Microsoft. F you. And this is coming from a person, remember, my career is Microsoft Stack. I've been that way for 3 decades. I am a Windows fanatic, and I'm saying F you to Windows. Now, I am a full stack programmer. C#, SQL Server, Web API, the whole 9 yards. But after I quit my career, I will be done with Microsoft. That is the end. Exactly. Everything's a subscription, and I know it's got to be a joke, but I'd seen something a while back that was suggesting the next Microsoft operating system, Windows operating system, will be a subscription. I was like, no. No, I'm done. I'm done. No. Can't stand up in there. I so need... I need a shrink. I literally can't go in here and fight. Sick 'em, pet. Sick 'em. You're doing a great job. Go, team, go. Wish I could help you, but I can't stand up. Let's use we'll use a harm touch on him. Oh, we can't even do that while we're bent over. Great. Oh, EQ Atlas picture. I forget the lake's name, but it was a planned zone they omitted with Neck Castle. You know, back at one point, I'm gonna have to run back out here to where I can actually. Now they stunned me. At one point, I was on what was that thing called? It was the where you paid extra Everquest server. Pet's dead. Here, I can stand up finally. And there was a special zone that only existed on that server. I don't even remember what it was called. No, I can't do anything while you're ducking, apparently. Which makes this zone very difficult for a large race. Extremely difficult. Or if I can get another pet out, or if it's even possible. That was probably the... Oh, that's right, they can't stun me from the front, but they could interrupt or push me. Got it! Deal with my pet, sucker! There we are. We'll take that upgrade. Now, before they respawn in there, we're going to run in. We don't have... You know, we never use Shield of Fire. I'm going to replace Shield of Fire with Burnout. Just in case I need to pull out a new pet and haste it. We need to get into this next room because I think I can stand in here. I was wrong. I can't stand in here. Where the heck can I stand at? Don't really want to go in that next room because that's got a crap load of mobs. Is there literally nowhere to stand up once you get down here? Which character drops that? I haven't seen that yet. I definitely need to go get it though. I hope you win, pet. I can't do anything to help you. It's getting late. This will probably be the end of it in here. I know, we didn't make it to 20. I'm a horrible streamer. Oh my god. Oh, clickbait. Oh, it said 1 to 20. Oh my god. But I still have to work. I have to get up tomorrow. Unfortunately, for a little bit longer. Yeah, I can't stand up anywhere. That's ridiculous. Why can't I stand up? I'm gonna try to sit. I mean, it looks like he should be able to stand up, but he can't. That's ridiculous. I'm not used to going in here on a big race. So this is completely worthless on a big race. Large race, I should say. Until you can shrink, it's worthless to go in there. Now, tomorrow night I have my Lord of the Rings Online group with my kinship, so I won't be on tomorrow night. I might stream it, we'll see, I don't know. It always depends on whether, you know, I want to involve them in the stream. It's not that I don't want them in the stream, they may not want to be in the stream, my kinship. I don't like forcing it on them. So I won't be on tomorrow, but Wednesday I will be back on. What we might do, because we didn't make it to 20 on this guy, is we may come back and play him some more over in Blackborough rather than here. I think that's a good idea, honestly. Oh my! All right, let me go ahead and camp out before they spawn back in. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe key or the follow key, whichever one you feel like doing. I hope you had a good time tonight. Let's see what we got said here. At the moment, it's only like 4 to 5 full-time devs with, I think, 15 total, including part-time contractors. They have different priorities. At the moment, most people are fine with the old graphics to start. Yeah, I think so. I like the old graphics. There's certain races that I do prefer the newer ones on. Ogres, I like the old one better than the new one. Halflings and gnomes, I kind of like the new ones better. So you see, it's a back and forth. I wish I had the ability to choose which one I want to be old model and which one to be new, which I can do that with Everquest. What else we got going on here? He's Shaman. He can get to 15 and have Shrink in probably less time to get the Shrink out. You're not wrong. It's less work to add Circle Kick 4 races than 8. Work to add Circle Kick 4. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry. They said they are never implementing Luckling graphic models. It's not about priorities or time. It's about this is their sandbox. Bullshit they pulled on EMU. I don't know about that. I have no idea about that. So far they've been super good at what they're doing. I wouldn't put anything past them. They may end up putting them in eventually. You never know. Yeah. So that was the 1 to 12. That's what I put in the thing, right? It didn't say 1 to 20. It said 1 to 12 of Shadow Knight Shaman Mage. I enjoyed it greatly. I love playing an Ogre. I do wish I had a Shrink. I'm close to getting a Shrink. I need 3 levels. Next time we come in, I'm going to continue playing him for a little more because I'm enjoying him that much. And I will shoot him over to Blackburrow area, which there's a way to do that. The teleporters, the transporter guys that are on the docks, they will actually send you between Kinos and Freeport. That's something they had put in. So if I use my invisibility from my Mage, I should be able to get through Freeport over to the translocator, talk to him and get him to transport me over to Kinos docks, and then make sure I'm invised and run through Kinos out there, go to Blackburrow, and we'll play in Blackburrow for a while to get to 15 at least so I can get my Shrink ability before we come back to Befallen, because Befallen, in my opinion, has the best gear. Blackburrow has some really nice items definitely worth going there for, but some of the other gear in Befallen I think is must-haves. What we got going on here? Blah blah blah. Luckland models. I meant something, so we'll play live. Blah blah blah. Be nice, people. Be nice. There's no reason to be mean. All right. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, do what you want to do. Until next time, I hope you all had a fantastic rest of your night, morning, day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is From the Gnome, and I'm signing off. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye-bye. Woo!